Li Mei's Sword of Destiny. Chapter 1241. In the third-rank devil residence during these days, there were many devil generals who came to pay a visit. However, they were all received by Juyu. These generals actually didn't even get to see Qin Wentian's face. This caused many generals to feel unhappy in their hearts. But when they thought about how Qin Wentian could kill Zhongyan and replace him, they could only retract their unhappiness. Killing his way into the Devil Palace alone and killing the third-rank devil general Zhongyan, Qin Wentian's strength naturally wasn't ordinary. Qin Wentian naturally didn't care about the thoughts of these devil generals. Respect was earned through strength and not by feigning civility on the surface. If it wasn't for the fact that he forcefully entered the third-rank devil general's manor, just like back then when he participated in the ranking battle, how would these experts have any respect for him at all? In the Devil Hall, Qin Wentian closed his eyes in cultivation. At this moment, Juyu came over and reported, "Another devil general came to pay a visit. Didn't I say it already? You can just meet with her." Qin Wentian calmly spoke. "It's Lu Xuejia." Juyu spoke. Qin Wentian opened his eyes as an expression of interest appeared on his face. Lu Xuejia actually came to pay a visit? During the devil ranking battle, after Lu Xuejia gave up on him, he accepted Juyu's invitation and became her protector. At that time, Lu Xuejia actually said that he had betrayed her and her killing intent towards him grew, wanting to kill him. Right now, this Lu Xuejia actually still dared to come and see him. "Let her in." Qin Wentian calmly spoke. "Right." Juyu stepped out. She came to the stairway and stared at the lone devil general below. This was none other than Lu Xuejia. She was still as beautiful as ever, exuding an extraordinary aura. Juyu couldn't help but to admit that as a female, Lu Xuejia was much more outstanding compared to her. "Come up." Juyu calmly spoke. Lu Xuejia frowned. The Juyu of the past was merely a last-rank devil general. How would she dare to speak to her in such a tone? Who would have thought that after becoming Qin Wentian's protector, Juyu was even more imposing compared to back then when she was a devil general? Lu Xuejia walked up the stairs step by step, arriving beside Juyu as she transmitted her voice. "You are merely a protector. Don't you know how to bow before a devil general?" Juyu stared at Lu Xuejia. Today, Lu Xuejia was still clad in a simple long robe, yet it was hard to conceal her alluring figure. In addition to her unique aura of coldness, no one dared to profane her. "There's no need for me to bow to my own devil general, let alone you," Juyu calmly replied as she walked forward. "A devil general is a devil general. A protector is a protector. Aren't you thinking too highly of yourself?" Lu Xuejia continued to transmit her voice as she advanced forward. "You know that demon generals don't care about high secrets, so you dare to be so unbridled? However, I'm afraid I'll have to disappoint you. Although I'm a protector, I'm willing to do so. Right now, in the Devil Palace of the third-rank Devil General, all the techniques and divine abilities of the third-rank Devil General are freely available to me. What about you, Lu Xuejia?" Juyu replied domineeringly, her words causing Lu Xuejia to snort coldly. Her eyes gleamed with sharpness, as well as a different kind of emotion. Outside the Devil Palace, Juyu didn't enter. As a protector, when Qin Wentian received the Devil General, she would stand guard outside. Lu Xuejia entered the Devil Palace alone. She saw Qin Wentian who was sitting on the Devil Throne. Back then when she first met him, Lu Xuejia was standing on the stairs, staring down at Qin Wentian as she appointed him as a Devil Knight under her. Right now, Qin Wentian was sitting on the Devil Throne while she stood below. Lu Xuejia pays her respect to the third-ranked Devil General. "Congratulations." Only to see Lu Xuejia bowing as she spoke, there was nothing strange about her. It was like she was only here to pay her respects to the third-ranked Devil General. Devil Generals of the Devil sex were truly adaptable. This Lu Xuejia's state of mind was truly extraordinary. If she was just blindly arrogant, there was no way she would have come here today to pay her respects to Qin Wentian. However, since she came here, it meant that she wanted to resolve the hatred Qin Wentian had for her. A powerful existence that could kill the third-ranked Devil General Zhongyan. If he continued to view her with enmity, it would undoubtedly be an extremely dangerous matter for Lu Xuejia. Lu Xuejia. Qin Wentian stood up and walked down from the Devil Throne. He walked step by step towards Lu Xuejia. his gaze unscrupulously roaming over her alluring figure. Lu Xuejia calmly stared into Qin Wentian's eyes. There were no fluctuations in them. "Are you not going to dig out my eyes?" Qin Wentian laughed. Back then when he glanced at Lu Xuejia, he was already threatened by her. "Sir General must be joking." Lu Xuejia spoke. "If I was disrespectful to the third-ranked devil general in the past, I hope that you can forgive me. If you need Lu Xuejia to do anything to make up for it, please feel free to tell me directly." "Oh." Qin Wentian took another step forward, his body almost sticking close to Lu Xuejia. He stretched out his hands, wrapping them around Lu Xuejia's slender waist. His palms could almost feel the softness of Lu Xuejia's skin. Lu Xuejia's body trembled slightly as panic flashed in her eyes. In fact, there was even a cold gleam of sharpness in her eyes. "What if you want to use yourself to make up for it?" Qin Wentian stared at Lu Xuejia's beautiful eyes as he spoke. His fingers brushed past Lu Xuejia's body, before landing on her soft and gentle face. Lu Xuejia stared at Qin Wentian. Her gaze soon regained its calmness as she emotionlessly replied, "People of the devil path value cultivation above all else. The body is merely a bag of flesh. If Sir General likes it, Lu Xuejia naturally has nothing to say." Qin Wentian let go of Lu Xuejia. He could clearly feel her tense body relaxing a little. As a woman, how could she not care about her body? When the 8th-ranked devil general Situ coveted Lu Xuejia clearly wanted to kill him. "Do your best to help me with the matter. If there are any gains, I will forget everything that happened before." Qin Wentian turned and walked back to the devil throne. At this moment he exuded a terrifying might, causing Lu Xuejia to sigh in her heart. The Qin Wentian who was once her bodyguard, the lecherous Qin Wentian earlier, and the imposing Qin Wentian now. Which one was the real him exactly? "Third-ranked devil general, please instruct me." Lu Xuejia spoke. "Help me find some people. After you find them, don't alert them and immediately report back to me." Qin Wentian spoke. After that, the images of close to 200 people were transmitted to Lu Xuejia through his immortal sense. "Right?" Lu Xuejia nodded. "You can go now." Qin Wentian waved his hands. Lu Xuejia bade farewell and departed. After exiting the devil hall, Lu Xuejia drew in a deep breath. She actually discovered that her clothes were slightly wet. Clearly, she wasn't as calm as she appeared. If Qin Wentian really used the grudge of the past as an excuse to do something to her, she most probably wouldn't be able to resist given her strength. Devil cultivators have always been tyrannical and unbridled. Strength is power. As long as Qin Wentian doesn't kill her, the people above wouldn't care. Hence, even if Qin Wentian really wanted to humiliate her, would she be able to resist? Lu Xuejia left. Juyu walked into the devil hall and stared at Qin Wentian. "You can't bear to deal with a beauty when you see her?" "Beautiful." Qin Wentian laughed. "She poses no threat to me and is of use to me. Isn't it better to keep her around to work for me?" Juyu knew that Qin Wentian was referring to that matter. She couldn't help but feel bewildered. Who were the people Qin Wentian was looking for exactly? "Reporting to Sir General, the attendant of the Devil King is here and wishes to meet with you." Outside the Devil Hall, a voice drifted over, causing Qin Wentian's eyes to flash. Did the Devil King come? Although the Devil Lord had a cultivation base at the Devil King realm, the Devil King was equivalent to an immortal king. But in the Blackstone Devil sect, only the Blackstone Devil King could be called the Devil King. His immortal sense swept out, Qin Wentian saw an expert floating in the air outside the Devil Hall. This was none other than the attendant of the Devil King, waiting for him to come out and meet with him. That attendant seemed to have sensed something as he turned his gaze in the direction of the Devil Hall. His gaze was extremely sharp, penetrating through the hall, as though he could see the silhouette of Qin Wentian. His eyes were filled with arrogance. The attendant of the Devil King was originally chosen from the Devil Generals, and was also someone by the Devil King's side. His status was extraordinary, and he was naturally extremely arrogant. Is the position of the attendant of the Devil King higher or the general? Qin Wentian transmitted his voice to Juyu as he asked. The attendant of the Devil King is the bodyguard of the Devil King, but in reality, there are no specific positions. As for the Devil Generals, they have specific authority. Which one do you think has a higher position? Juyu spoke. It's just that many devil generals dream of becoming the personal attendant of the devil king. Such a status cannot be summarized with just a position. Becoming the personal attendant of the devil king means that you have truly entered the line of sight of the devil king. Other than the strongest few devil generals, who would dare to not give face to the personal attendant of the devil king? Understood. Qin Wentian smiled. He turned his gaze outside and spoke. Since he wants to meet with me, let him in. As the sound of his voice faded, Juyu's eyes narrowed. The people outside also trembled violently, confirming that they didn't hear wrongly. They only felt their hearts pounding, letting the attendant of the devil king in to meet with him? This fellow. Juyu stared at the sharpness in Qin Wentian's eyes, filled with tyranny. She initially wanted to say something, but she quietly shut her mouth. The third-rank devil general was killed just like that. If Qin Wentian wanted to do something, there was no need for her to persuade him. This was arrogance. The attendant of the devil king was merely a bodyguard and had no specific authority. Naturally, he should come in to meet with the devil king and not the other way around. The order of priority couldn't be messed up. During the devil ranking battle, the attendant of the devil king appeared, causing many generals to show respect. However, the first devil general was sitting on the war chariot. Who wouldn't feel that it was only natural? The first devil general was so imposing. Why would he, Qin Wentian, go out to meet with the attendant of the devil king? Didn't you hear it? Qin Wentian spoke. After that, the people outside the devil hall all trembled. They turned and spoke to the attendant in the air. Sir General, Sir Attendant is allowed to enter the devil hall to meet with him. The eyes of the attendant flashed with sharpness. Before this, he had already heard Qin Wentian's words. There was no need for him to repeat them. He stood there and coldly spoke. Third-rank General Qin Wentian, listen up. The third princess has an order for you to meet with her. Farewell. As the sound of his voice faded, the attendant flicked his sleeves and departed. Third princess? A look of bewilderment appeared on Qin Wentian's face. Juyu started as well. After that, she smiled. Seems like after you killed the third-rank General Zhongyan and ascended to this position, you have already attracted the attention of the major characters in the Central Devil Palace. The third princess was evidently the daughter of the Blackstone Devil King. Chapter 1242. Qin Wentian stared at the teasing smile on Juyu's face. He couldn't help but to ask, why is the third princess looking for me? How would I know? Maybe she likes you. Juyu had an interesting smile on her face, causing Qin Wentian to glare at her. I was the last ranked general before this and didn't have any chance to come into contact with the Central Devil Palace. The third princess is the daughter of the Devil King. Her status naturally isn't something a general can compare to. It's just that, other than the Devil King and the Devil Lord, all the external matters are handled by the Devil Generals. For the lower-ranked generals, the people of the Central Devil Palace might not care about them, but for the top-ranked ones, they would naturally pay attention to them. And not long ago you killed Zhongyan and replaced him. If you say the people of the Central Devil Palace aren't curious about you, I don't believe it. Juyu slowly spoke. I've never met the third princess before, and it's not easy for me to evaluate her. But since she wants to meet with you, this is an opportunity for you. Just head there now. What opportunity? Qin Wentian asked. Don't you want to find someone? Although you made use of the strength of our Devil Palace and Lu Xuejia, if you want to obtain the full support of the entire Devil Sect, you still need the help of the Central Devil Palace. Juyu spoke. That's true. Come with me then. Qin Wentian stared outside as he spoke. The third princess said she wants to meet with you, but she didn't say she wants to meet with me. I will bring you to the entrance of the Central Devil Palace. You can enter by yourself. Without the order, I naturally won't be able to enter. Juyu knew her own limitations. Once, as a devil general, she had no way to enter the Devil Palace. Now that she was only a protector, she naturally wouldn't be able to do so. Right. Qin Wentian nodded lightly. After that, the two of them stepped out of the Devil Palace and soared through the air, flying towards the Central Devil Palace. Why would the personal attendant of the Devil King be here to pass a message for the princess? On the way, Qin Wentian asked. Although the personal attendants of the Devil King have a chance to meet the Devil King, given the strength and status of the Devil King, would he need a personal attendant by his side all the time? Attendants are just another identity. For those who can stay in the central Devil Palace, it's only natural for them to befriend princes and princesses. Jiyu spoke. The two of them continued on their way, arriving at the entrance of the central Devil Palace. Third-rank Devil General Qin Wentian, I'm here on the orders of the third princess to meet with him. Please lead the way. Jiyu walked up and spoke to the guard. One of the guards glanced at Qin Wentian and said, Lord Devil General, please follow me. Qin Wentian walked up as Jiyu nodded to him. After that, Qin Wentian followed the guards into the Devil sect. Along the way, Qin Wentian finally arrived at the residence of the third princess of the Demon King. The style of the third princess residence was completely different from the Devil General's residence. It exuded a sense of elegance and beauty, somewhat similar to immortal-ranked residences in the immortal realms. Small bridges, flowing streams, pavilions, all of them exuded spiritual qi. Qin Wentian followed the guards of the third princess residence. After that, he saw several people sitting by the lake, drinking tea and chatting. These people all exuded extraordinary auras. Qin Wentian even saw the first and second Devil Generals. Other than them, there seemed to be the fourth Devil General as well. Evidently, the third princess didn't invite him alone. However, the third princess had already met the other Devil Generals before, and this time around, she mainly wanted to see him, Qin Wentian. Other than the three Devil Generals, there were also several other young experts. Their auras weren't inferior to the Devil Generals. The attendant from before was also among them. Qin Wentian turned his gaze to the woman sitting in the lead. Although she was a princess of the Devil sect, she was clad in a long white dress and exuded a graceful aura. Although she was sitting there, one could faintly see her long and slender legs as well as her beautiful figure. If she stood up, she would definitely be a beauty with an extremely good figure. Her countenance contained hints of beauty, but other than that, there was also the imposing aura of an expert from the Devil sect, causing people to feel a sense of distance from her. Qin Wentian's arrival was naturally known by these people. However, their gazes didn't shift as they continued to chat and laugh. Only the attendant from before coldly glanced in the direction of Qin Wentian as a mocking expression appeared on his face. Before this, he personally went to invite Qin Wentian, but Qin Wentian actually gave him such an attitude. Now he wanted to see what Qin Wentian would do. Excuse me, who is the princess? Qin Wentian asked despite already knowing the answer. A princess of the Devil sect. There was no need for him to keep waiting. Impudent. That attendant berated. He then turned his gaze to Qin Wentian. Can't you see the princess is currently chatting with the other lords? Just wait there and wait for her to be received. Qin Wentian still have matters to attend to. If the princess is busy, Qin Wentian will pay a visit another day. Qin Wentian wasn't angered. His voice was calm as he turned and left, his actions causing the attendant to stiffen. Audacious. A cold voice rang out. Qin Wentian halted his steps. The fourth-rank general, Pang Huang, coldly spoke. The princess invited you here, yet you dare to be so rude? If I didn't remember wrongly, you are only the fourth-rank general, right? When speaking to the third-rank general, it's best to be more polite. Qin Wentian spoke with his back facing Pang Huang. If not, I don't mind paying a visit to your Devil Palace. Pang Huang's expression stiffened. In truth, it was rare for him to meet the third princess. Today was a rare opportunity and he naturally wanted to perform well. Hence he spoke out to berate her. Who would have thought that Qin Wentian's words would be so sharp and impolite? As the fourth-rank general, his strength was naturally inferior to Zhong Yan. But this man before him was someone who could kill Zhong Yan. Arrogant enough. The second-ranked Devil General, the Blood Butcher, laughed. The third princess inclined her head, staring in the direction of Qin Wentian as she smiled. General Qin, there's no need to be angry. I'm the one who invited you here. Come over and take a seat. Only then did Qin Wentian turn, only to see the eyes of the third princess gleaming with a bright light. In the Blackstone Devil sect, Qin Wentian had only met a few females before. Among them, Lu Xuejia's beauty and aura were both extraordinary. But in terms of pure beauty, This third princess was even more outstanding compared to Lu Xuejia. Also, she wasn't just purely cold, she also exuded a lofty aura. Many thanks, princess. Qin Wentian bowed and walked up. The third princess pointed to a seat beside her and spoke to Qin Wentian. General Qin, please sit here. As the sound of her voice faded, the eyes of many here gleamed with sharpness. Sit beside the princess? Qin Wentian could sense the gazes of everyone. He furrowed his brows. Such treatment might not be a good thing. I and everyone here are old acquaintances. The main purpose of me coming here today is to meet with Devil General Qin. I'm sure everyone wouldn't mind, right? The third princess stared at the crowd, her smiling eyes exuding a sense of majesty. The status of the third princess was extremely high. Even if the people here were unhappy in their hearts, they wouldn't have any objections. Let alone when the princess said this. They could only snort coldly in their hearts as they stared at Qin Wentian sitting beside the princess. Qin Wentian, I heard that you are Wu Xiu of the Immortal Realms. Is this true? The third princess lifted up the teapot and personally poured tea for Qin Wentian. Replying to Princess, I, Qin, am indeed from the Immortal Realms. Qin Wentian hurriedly received the teacup handed over by the third princess. Staring at the beautiful eyes of the third princess, a brilliant light flickered in his eyes, as though he wanted to see through the thoughts of the third princess. His eyes of truth were able to see through all illusions. In her beautiful eyes, Qin Wentian didn't see any evil intentions. Seems like this princess was purely curious about him, and wanted to give him some difficult questions. What's the difference between the Immortal Realms and the Myriad Devil Islands? More or less the same. Qin Wentian replied. What about cultivation? The princess asked again. Devil arts are more tyrannical and tyrannical. I've also seen the cultivation arts of devil cultivators in the Devil General's manor. They are much harder to cultivate compared to Wu Xiu of the Immortal Realms. But if one can cultivate them to a higher level, their might would be even more tyrannical. Qin Wentian, if you change your path to the devil path, would there be any difficulties? No, I, Qin, have a solid foundation. Even if devil arts are tyrannical, it wouldn't affect me. Qin Wentian confidently replied. You said that devil arts are more tyrannical. However, Zhongyan is a character at the peak of Devil Foundation while you are only at the 7th level. How did you manage to kill him? The princess smiled at Qin Wentian. This was the reason why she was curious about Qin Wentian. A Wu Xiu from the Immortal Realms actually jumped 2 levels and killed Zhongyan. In that case, Qin Wentian was definitely a heavens chosen in the Immortal Realms. Also, from the words of the attendant earlier as well as Qin Wentian's performance earlier, all of these proved how confident he was. He sat beside her, and although he seemed polite, there was no fear or panic in his eyes. Such a gaze was like he was looking at an ordinary girl. In fact, what made her feel shocked was that earlier Qin Wentian seemed to be able to see through her with a single glance. She had never felt such a feeling before in front of someone of the same generation. It was like she was stripped naked and was being stared at. Devil generals have similar cultivation bases. There are also differences in strength. Cultivation still has to depend on oneself. Who can say that devil cultivators are stronger? Qin Wentian calmly spoke. You mean that you are very strong? At this moment a cold and sharp voice rang out. Everyone inclined their heads only to see the first devil general sitting below the princess staring at Qin Wentian with eyes that seemed to be able to see through everything. An instant later, expressions of interest appeared on the faces of everyone. They understood that this time around, Qin Wentian had thoroughly offended the first devil general. Many of the devil generals at the bottom of the rankings in the outside world had no idea. But for the people here, who didn't have some fantasies about the princess? And the first devil general had always been wooing the third princess. Qin Wentian saw the look in the first devil general's eyes, then glanced at the princess and instantly understood some things. However, so what of it? Since when did he need to care about the first devil general's mood? Strong or weak, only others can judge it. It's not up to you to say it yourself. Qin Wentian replied. If I wanted to kill Zhongyan, he would have died long ago. I'm merely leaving some strength for the devil sect. The first devil general coldly spoke. I believe you. Qin Wentian smiled. But so what of it? Did this have anything to do with him? I believe it wouldn't be too difficult for me to kill any devil general. The first devil general spoke again. Qin Wentian was also one of the devil generals. Qin Wentian stared at him as he calmly spoke. In the past, I didn't know. But now I'm afraid that might not be the case. In the air, a sharp aura permeated the atmosphere, as though it was extremely stifling. Chapter 1243. Pucci. All of a sudden, a light laughter rang out. The third princess smiled, causing the tense atmosphere to ease up. Her smile seemed to contain some sort of magical power. The first devil general retracted his gaze, staring at the third princess. The two of you are both peak-level generals of my Blackstone Devil sect. Both of you are naturally extremely powerful. The third princess smiled. Everyone, please leave first. I wish to have a private chat with General Qin. The eyes of the first devil general flashed once more, gleaming with sharpness. But when he saw the third princess looking at him, he nodded his head and stood up, walking out. The other experts all bid their farewells when they saw the first devil general standing up. Before they left, all of them cast a deep glance at Qin Wentian. Even the attendants of the Devil King had all left. Only the third princess and Qin Wentian remained here. Qin Wentian quietly sipped his tea, not looking at the third princess. He couldn't be bothered to think what she wanted to do. Since he was already here, he might as well take things as they come. You are truly audacious, using your divine eyes to spy on me. There's no respect in your eyes at all. The third princess no longer had the warmth she exuded earlier. Her aura suddenly changed, becoming cold and lofty. Beauties are meant to be admired, not to be respected. Third princess is a rare beauty. I, Qin, am just a commoner, so I can only admire her. I hope princess won't blame me. Qin Wentian placed his teacup down, staring straight at the third princess, not avoiding her gaze at all. Although this woman didn't have any ill intentions towards him, she was clearly intentionally creating a rift between him and the first devil general. She wanted to borrow the power of the first devil general to pressure him and even probe his strength. How could the princess of a devil sect be so simple? Are you really admiring me? Why can't this princess tell? The lips of the third princess curled up in an arrogant smile. Qin Wentian's gaze clearly saw through her, only to see Qin Wentian stretching out his hand, placing it on the back of the third princess' hand, causing a sharp glint of light to flash through the third princess' eyes. Princess, do you think this is what admiration is? Qin Wentian calmly spoke. You're really bold. Do you know where you are? Third princess stared into Qin Wentian's eyes. Princess's earlier performance, as well as the fact that you purposely made me stay behind, wasn't it all for the sake of causing the other devil generals to misunderstand? Since I, Qin, have already taken the blame, I should at least reduce my losses. As Qin Wentian spoke, he unceremoniously held third princess's soft hand, and a sneer flashed across his deep eyes. However, the third princess suddenly broke into a smile and asked, You think I'm beautiful? Don't you think so? Qin Wentian looked at her. This demoness expression changed really quickly. She was much more formidable than Lu Xuejia. I'm not married yet. The third princess smiled. In this vast devil palace, there aren't many people who are worthy of me. Since you came from the immortal realms, you must have some important matters to attend to in the myriad devil islands, right? Are you willing to stay in the Blackstone Devil sect for me? Princess, it's still too early to speak. Qin Wentian retracted his hand, not knowing what this devilish female was thinking. Why? You don't dare anymore? Are you afraid I'll force you to stay behind? The third princess actually moved closer to Qin Wentian. Her soft and supple body leaned against him as she spoke. Aren't you very gutsy? You'll be afraid as well? Princess, aren't you overestimating my resistance to beauties? Qin Wentian laughed. He actually pulled the third princess into his embrace, allowing her to lie on his thighs. Staring at that noble and beautiful face, Qin Wentian smiled. Princess's body is truly soft. As he spoke, Qin Wentian actually lowered his head, wanting to kiss the third princess. The third princess's silhouette flickered, and she instantly left Qin Wentian's embrace with a speed as fast as lightning. She stood up, and just like what Qin Wentian had expected, she had a slender figure and a pair of elegant long legs. You are truly gutsy. I will remember you. Qin Wentian, you can return now. The third princess spoke. Qin Wentian smiled and drank a mouthful of tea. After that, he stood up and spoke, Princess I Qin will take my leave. After speaking, he directly turned and departed. After Qin Wentian left, the third princess still stared at his back as a strange feeling appeared in her heart. Haha, there's actually someone who dares to tease my daughter? Do you want this king to go and kill him? A hearty voice rang out, and a domineering figure clad in a black robe appeared beside the third princess. The father of the third princess was naturally the Blackstone Devil King. Father, the third princess blushed when she saw the Blackstone Devil King appearing. Father definitely didn't do it on purpose. Haha. The Blackstone Devil King laughed. Why? That brat is the third-rank general who killed Zhong Yan? Do you fancy him? In my memories, my woman has never been so close to a man before, let alone being so impudent. How can this be possible? The third princess coldly spoke. This brat is extremely crafty, but he's truly extraordinary. Wu Xiao from the Immortal Realms jumped 2 levels and killed Zhong Yan with a single strike. According to the spies of the Devil General's manor, the might of that strike was extremely terrifying. No matter how strong Zhong Yan was, he had to die no matter what. Today, I intentionally caused a rift between him and the other Devil Generals, wanting to probe his strength. I didn't expect him to be so crafty. Only wanting to take advantage but not allowing me to probe. The Blackstone Devil King laughed uproariously. Since you don't like it, I will go kill him then. Father. The third princess rolled her eyes at the Blackstone Devil King. Fine, I won't kill him, I won't kill him. The Blackstone Devil King was incomparably imposing in the Devil sect, yet he was so easygoing in front of his daughter. Most probably no one would expect this to happen. How do you feel he compares to Xianting? The Blackstone Devil King asked. Xianting was the name of the first-ranked Devil General. The Blackstone Devil King also knew that Xianting had always been interested in his daughter. He should be more outstanding compared to Xianting. Even now, Xianting might not be able to win against him for sure. Most probably we will know very soon. The third princess spoke. Seems like you plotted against him. That's why he dared to take advantage of you. However, this brat's guts are truly too big. Let's find a chance to teach him a good lesson. The Blackstone Devil King coldly spoke. Father, don't you like people who are gutsy? Maybe this is to your liking. The third princess glared at the Blackstone Devil King. Haha, no one knows their father better than their daughter. The Blackstone Devil King laughed uproariously. Although Xianting isn't bad, that brat hasn't truly stepped into the Immortal King realm despite cultivating for so many years. Ultimately, his talent is still a little lacking. You should have already sensed the bone structure of this man earlier. How old is he? He has cultivated for no more than 200 years. The third princess spoke. So it turned out that before this, the third princess allowed Qin Wentian to touch her because she wanted to probe Qin Wentian's cultivation age. In that case, he is more suitable for you compared to Xianting. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Father, he came from the Immortal Realms. Given his age and cultivation base, he has already comprehended to that step. In addition to the innate techniques described by our spies, do you think his status in the Immortal Realms would be simple? Most probably, his status wouldn't be inferior to mine. Didn't you see how brazen his gaze was when he looked at me? There was no fear or respect at all. The third princess spoke in a depressed tone. As the beloved daughter of the Blackstone Devil King, she had never suffered such a disadvantage in front of a man before. It's still my daughter who thinks far ahead. The Blackstone Devil King nodded. But if he really likes you and dares to leave after marrying you, I will kill him. Who cares who he is from the Immortal Realms? If you really like him, just follow him to the Immortal Realms. Old playboy. The third princess was at her wits' end. She turned and left. Playboy. The Blackstone Devil King laughed. Seems like this lass was quite interesting. If not, given her personality, she would have long grown impatient. Why would she talk so much about a man with him? Even the first Devil General, Xianting, had never been mentioned by her. As for Qin Wentian, this was the first time she met him. That fellow who killed Zhong Yan truly had some capabilities. Qin Wentian walked out of the Devil sect and discovered that Juyu was actually waiting for him outside. Upon seeing Qin Wentian coming out, Juyu went up and asked, "Are you all right? Let's return." Qin Wentian spoke as he soared up into the air. Juyu followed beside him as she asked, "Earlier, the first devil general and the others also walked out from there. When they saw me, their eyes were extremely cold, filled with killing intent. Did you have a conflict with them?" The first devil general is interested in the third princess. Qin Wentian spoke. "Oh." Juyu's eyes flashed. "In that case, why did the third princess look for you? She feels that I'm too outstanding. Hence, she took the initiative to tempt me, wanting me to marry her." Qin Wentian joked, his words causing Juyu to roll her eyes as she cursed in a low voice, "Shameless. So you also know how to joke." Qin Wentian laughed. "Although I was joking, I was merely exaggerating a little. The third princess did indeed intentionally create a false impression, causing the first devil general to have a rift between us, wanting to use him to probe me. Next, I'm afraid we would have to face a powerful enemy. Doesn't this mean that the third princess is very curious about you?" Juyu analyzed. Regardless of the princess or the devil general, they were both extremely intelligent. "Are you not worried about the first devil general?" Qin Wentian stared at Juyu as he asked. "Your attitude is so calm. How does it seem like you are facing a powerful enemy? You must be extremely confident. Seems like even the first devil general isn't treated as a formidable opponent by you. How strong are you exactly?" Juyu curiously stared at Qin Wentian. She really couldn't see through the strength of this fellow. 7th level Immortal Foundation is equivalent to the 7th level of Devil Foundation. How strong can I be? I still have to cultivate properly when I return. Qin Wentian shrugged as he increased his speed. After that, news circulated around the devil sect. The first devil general seemed to be extremely unhappy with the third-ranked devil general, Qin Wentian. It was said that the reason for his unhappiness was because the third-ranked devil general was extremely arrogant. When he accepted the invitation from the princess, he didn't even show any respect to the first devil general and even provoked him. This caused many experts of the devil sect to speculate. Could it be that the third-ranked devil general who killed Zhongyan truly had the strength to stand against the first devil general? The first devil general has been in his position for far too many years. It was unknown how strong he was, but he definitely wasn't someone Zhongyan could compare to. Chapter 1244. The first devil general has always been in a high position. There has never been anyone who could shake his position or threaten him. Naturally, he wouldn't be unhappy with others. It has been a very long time since the first devil general was unhappy with another general. Now, since he was unhappy with the third-ranked devil general, there would surely be a storm brewing in the devil sect. The conflict between the first devil general and the third-ranked devil general stirred the hearts of many. In the third-ranked devil hall, Qin Wentian spoke to Juyu. "The first devil general is unhappy with me. How could this news be circulated out?" Qin Wentian didn't believe that a character like the first devil general would spread this news everywhere. He was unhappy with Qin Wentian. Naturally, there must be someone spreading this news, wanting to incite the conflict between the two of you, causing a war. Juyu replied. "In that case, is it the third princess or those people?" A teasing smile appeared on Qin Wentian's face. The third princess had a possibility. After all, this was her purpose. However, the personal attendant of the Devil King, the second-ranked and fourth-ranked devil generals, all of them had a possibility as well. They came just like that? Qin Wentian turned his gaze outside only to see someone reporting to Sir General, "There are people from the first devil general's manor here to invite you to a banquet." "Only me alone?" Qin Wentian asked. "I'm not sure." The person outside replied. "Go and find out then." Qin Wentian spoke. That person nodded and walked out. Not long after, he returned and reporting to General, "The first devil general has invited all the devil generals to a banquet." "When?" Qin Wentian asked again. "Right now." That person replied. "You can leave." Qin Wentian spoke. After that, he turned to Juyu. "Seems like this banquet isn't going to be a good one. In that case, are you going?" Juyu asked. "Since the first devil general has invited me, I naturally have to go. However, if the first devil general sparred with me at the banquet and I defeat him, Does that mean that from now on I will be the first devil general? Qin Wentian asked. Yes, devil generals are ranked according to their strength. Usually, low-level devil generals wouldn't have the qualifications to challenge high-level ones, unless it's during the yearly devil ranking battle. If not, it would be like how you dealt with Zhong Yan, directly killing your way into the devil palace and sweeping everything away. Naturally, if the first devil general takes the initiative to spar with you, if you defeat him, you will naturally replace him. Juyu spoke. However, I still have to remind you. The strength of the first devil general is truly very powerful, and it's very possible that he isn't just a level higher compared to Zhong Yan. This time around, he invited so many devil generals to attend the banquet. Most probably, he wants all of them to witness his strength. Let's go. Qin Wentian stood up. The first devil general? Just like what Juyu said, if he wanted to control the strength of the entire devil sect, he had to stand at an even higher height. The third-ranked devil general was clearly insufficient. In the residence of the first devil general, the atmosphere was solemn and solemn. An army of devil armor stood on top of war chariots, exuding an imposing aura. The first devil general was the devil general who had been in this position for the longest time. His army had always followed him and was naturally the strongest. There were people who said that even if the first devil general didn't appear, just his army alone was sufficient to sweep through all the other devil generals' residences. Qin Wentian and Juyu both walked over. When they saw this imposing formation, their hearts couldn't help but turn solemn. Compared to the third-ranked devil general Zhong Yan's army, the first devil general's army was much more outstanding. One could tell this just from the aura they exuded. As for the banquet, it was set up in the center of this imposing formation. Many devil generals have already arrived, and at this moment, all of them inclined their heads and stared in the direction of Qin Wentian. Clearly, everyone understood that the reason why the first devil general set up this banquet today was because of Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian and Juyu walked step by step towards the banquet. The first devil general waved his hands. Sit. Qin Wentian wasn't polite and directly sat down. As a protector, Juyu quietly stood behind him. Today, the reason why I invited all the devil generals to this banquet is mainly because of you. Beside the first devil general, a protector clad in golden armor spoke. His entire body radiated sharpness, and as the protector of the first devil general, his strength was even more terrifying compared to many other devil generals. I'm listening respectfully. Qin Wentian stared at him. He liked such a direct method. Regardless of fighting or killing, there was no need to beat around the bush. Although the competition in our Blackstone Devil sect is cruel and the strong would always rise to the top, the devil generals would always leave a way out. But you killed your way into the residence of the third-ranked devil general Zhong Yan and massacred so many experts, even killing Zhong Yan. To the devil sect, this isn't a small loss. Even if Zhong Yan was defeated by you, he could still be the fourth-ranked devil general. The protector continued. Once there is a precedent like you in the future, the purpose of the competition among the devil generals would be to kill their opponents. There would be problems in the succession of the devil generals. Do you know your mistake? Qin Wentian seriously stared at the protector. Why did he kill Zhong Yan? Before this, during the devil ranking battle, Zhong Yan's protector wanted to kill him. At that time, Zhong Yan already treated Qin Wentian as a dead man. After that, he killed Huang Hanling, and Zhong Yan broke the rules to kill Juyu. At that time, who stood out to speak for Juyu? I still remember that during the devil ranking battle, my protector Juyu as a devil general, even though she had already admitted defeat, Zhong Yan still had the intent to kill her. I went over to help her, but the fourth-ranked devil general told me not to interfere. As for you guys who are the protectors of the first-ranked devil general, you even stood out to block me. At that time, did anyone stand out to stop Zhong Yan? Did anyone even consider the problem of the succession of devil generals? Qin Wentian retorted. At that time, in the eyes of everyone, it was the survival of the strong. Juyu was weak and didn't have the qualifications to stand in that position. She should be killed. Juyu is indeed in a position she shouldn't be in. The protector coldly spoke. In that case, why are you still farting? I'm a devil general and Zhong Yan shouldn't be the third-ranked devil general. Why can't I kill him? Impudent. That protector coldly snorted when he saw Qin Wentian saying that he was farting. You are the impudent one. Qin Wentian slammed his palm on the table as his aura gushed forth. His cold eyes stared at the protector. Who do you think you are? A protector dares to speak to me, the third-ranked devil general, in this manner? How dare you say that I'm impudent? Didn't the first-ranked devil general teach you the rules? That protector pointed at Qin Wentian as his countenance turned ashen. Step down. The first-ranked devil general calmly spoke. His protector froze for a moment before nodding his head and retreating a few steps. His countenance was still as unsightly as ever. You are right, he truly doesn't know the rules. However, as the third-ranked devil general, it's fine if you don't bow when you see me. You even dared to contradict me back then. Do you even know the rules? The first-ranked devil general stared at Qin Wentian. His gaze was like a sharp sword that could penetrate through people. Do devil generals need to bow to each other? Qin Wentian stared at the people in the surroundings. The devil generals all turned their gazes to him as many people coldly laughed in their hearts. As for Lu Xuejia, her beautiful eyes flickered. This fellow did things in an unbridled manner, doing whatever he wanted to do, even when facing the first-ranked devil general. The time I spent in the devil sect hasn't been long, and there are indeed many things I don't know. Hence I can only learn. However, when I entered the banquet hall, I didn't see any of the generals ranked below me bowing to me. If this is the rule, may I ask the first-ranked devil general why? Qin Wentian questioned. Seems like not only do you have doubts about the position of the third-ranked devil general, Zhongyan, you also have doubts about my position as the first-ranked devil general. The first-ranked devil general placed the wine cup in his hand down. Although his voice was calm, a formless tempest gushed forth. The devil generals all quietly placed their wine cups down. When they saw Qin Wentian's domineering attitude, they understood that the battle between the first-ranked and third-ranked devil generals was inevitable. Give up your seats. The first-ranked devil general calmly spoke. All the devil generals stood up at the same time and moved to the two sides. The troops in the surroundings roared in unison as they soared up into the air. The atmosphere was incomparably imposing. Even Juyu retreated. At the banquet, only the first-ranked devil general and Qin Wentian remained, sitting face to face. At this moment, outside the devil residence, a group of figures appeared. The woman in the lead was clad in white and was extremely beautiful, causing the other devil generals to cast bewildered gazes at her. We pay our respects to the princess. Many devil generals bowed. We pay our respects to the princess. Everyone came to their senses and paid their respects. This woman was actually the third princess. She was actually paying attention to this battle. There's no need to be so polite. The third princess smiled sweetly, causing Lu Xuejia to sigh in admiration. The princess was actually so beautiful. Xianting, Qin Wentian, the two of you are the pillars of my Blackstone Devil sect. I don't wish for anything to happen to either of you. For this battle, it's fine as long as the victor is determined. The third princess spoke. Only now did many people know that the first-ranked devil general's name was Xianting. Since the princess has spoken, I won't kill you. Just leave the Blackstone Devil sect. The first-ranked devil general calmly spoke. Can you kill me? What if you lose? Qin Wentian sat there as he coldly spoke. I won't lose. The sharpness of the first-ranked devil general was terrifying. Zhongyan thinks so too. He's already dead. Qin Wentian spoke. The first-ranked devil general stared at him. If I lose, I will give up my position as a devil general. It doesn't matter. Whether you are a devil general or not, it doesn't affect me at all. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. As the two of them spoke, a formless wind tore through the air. In an instant, the wine table and wine cups on the table directly turned into dust, dissipating into the air. The two of them stood up at the same time. Boom! A terrifying devilish golden light radiated from the first-ranked devil general. He seemed to have transformed into law energy, enveloping this entire space. Lifting his hand, he stabbed out a finger at Qin Wentian. At this instant, the golden armored war chariot shattered everything, exuding a heaven-shattering might, crushing everything before it. Qin Wentian could feel the pressure in the air as he silently mused in his heart. The first-ranked devil general's control and understanding of Immortal King might has already reached a supremely high level. However, at the same time, Qin Wentian's body glowed with a divine light. He lifted his hand and stabbed out with a finger, manifesting a sword river formed from law energy that destroyed everything. Numerous terrifying sword rocks appeared, slamming into the war chariot, tearing it apart. The first-rank Devil General and the third-rank Devil General fought head-on. Chapter 1245. The gazes of everyone stared at the battlefield. The first Devil General has sat on his seat for many years, and there has never been anyone who could shake his position. He was the first Devil General, the eternal #1 Devil General, Qin Wentian, the third-rank Devil General who rose up domineeringly. Not long after he entered the Blackstone Devil sect, he cleansed the third Devil General's manor with blood and killed Zhong Yan, replacing Zhong Yan's position. How could such a clash between two supreme experts not attract the attention of others? Even the rarely seen third princess personally came to spectate. She didn't even appear in the Devil ranking battle, but she was paying close attention to the battle between the first Devil General and Qin Wentian. On the battlefield, the first Devil General was clad in dark golden armor, resembling an unexcelled king. His entire body was bathed in law energy, as though he was the embodiment of law energy. He was the sovereign of this world, the king. I truly want to see how you will fight against me. The first Devil General coldly snorted. He slashed out with his palm, and at this instant, the entire space in this area was under his control. His will was the ruler. At this moment, the war chariots sped by, all of them blasting towards Qin Wentian. The dazzling golden light from the chariots caused everyone to close their eyes. Too terrifying. Such an attack was simply invincible. The eyes of the crowd narrowed as they stared in the direction of Qin Wentian. Could he really block such an attack? Boom! Law energy erupted forth from Qin Wentian's body without any concealment. A perfect immortal foundation formed from the fusion of his astral souls appeared. This immortal foundation was filled with boundless law energy. His body also transformed into law energy as countless ancient characters erupted forth from his immortal foundation, transforming into beams of light that shot towards the war chariots. His body was his domain. Qin Wentian also controlled immortal king might, and could transform himself into law energy. In addition to his unparalleled physique, no matter how terrifying the first Devil General's attacks were, it was impossible for him to destroy Qin Wentian's body. On the battlefield, if one had to use a word to describe it, it would only be beautiful. Not shocking, but simply magnificent. Countless chariots crushed over and smashed onto Qin Wentian's body. All of them exploded into pieces madly, and they erupted with an extremely dazzling radiance. Now do you see it? My body is not something that you can break. Qin Wentian's long hair fluttered in the wind as he roared, his arrogance soaring up into the clouds. He lifted his foot and stepped out in the air. His palm blasted out as countless ancient characters manifested on the surface of God's hand, capable of destroying everything. This God's hand actually transformed into a divine elephant that rushed towards the first Devil General. His divine ability is so strong. His attack power is simply terrifying. The Devil Generals weren't mediocre people. They could naturally sense how tyrannical Qin Wentian's innate techniques were. Also, his immortal foundation could be said to be perfect. The astral souls he established would all be extremely resplendent. Kill! The first Devil General roared. He took out a golden devil spear from his war chariot and stabbed it out. This strike transformed into an incomparably sharp devil spear that pierced towards the gigantic divine elephant. When it came into contact with the divine elephant, boundless destructive might erupted forth, causing both of them to explode into pieces. The first Devil General is truly powerful. With a lift of his hand, devil might towered up into the sky. That golden devil spear is like the spear of a devil king. The hearts of the experts trembled. The might of this strike caused them to tremble in fear. Boom! Only to see the first Devil General stretching his hands out. Instantly, boundless devil lightning descended from the sky. His eyes were terrifying to the extreme, shooting towards Qin Wentian. At this moment, a scar appeared in the center of his brows as a beam of light shot forth. At this moment, the countless black war chariots were like bolts of lightning, directly descending on Qin Wentian. Who could block them? At this moment, the crowd only saw that the war chariots were basically unstoppable. They directly exploded on Qin Wentian, causing Qin Wentian to be forced to retreat repeatedly. Even his body was hunched over. This scene caused the hearts of everyone to tremble. The first devil general was indeed the first devil general. His might towered up into the sky. Who could block him? The eyes of the third princess flashed with a strange light as she stared at the battlefield. Lu Xuejia glanced over, thinking in her heart that Qin Wentian ultimately couldn't defeat the first devil general. Can you? The first devil general roared. Roar! A thunderous roar rang out. This was none other than the golden armored army of the first devil general. All of them roared in unison, exuding a terrifying might that caused the entire space to tremble. Qin Wentian snorted in a low voice. He stood up straight once more as everyone stared at him in shock. Was this fellow an immortal or a devil? How could his physique be so strong to such an extent? This wasn't merely because of the immortal King Law domain protecting him. His own defense had already reached an extreme limit. If this is the case, things would be more interesting. A smile appeared on Qin Wentian's face as he stared at the first devil general. As the sound of his voice faded, the hearts of everyone trembled once more. Could it be that this fellow was even stronger? Boom, boom, boom. At this instant, God's hand erupted forth, including the power of true arts. In an instant, Qin Wentian transformed into a supremely powerful fiend god physique. He stepped out and opened his mouth, directly chanting ancient words. Kill! As this ancient word rang out, killing intent filled the air, gushing towards the first devil general. The heavens and earth changed color as the space trembled. The first devil general stepped out again, and with a roar of rage, the devil-armored war chariot shot forth with lightning speed. However, Qin Wentian was like a true Buddha right now. Countless ancient words manifested around him, clashing against the war chariot unceasingly, causing rumbling sounds that shook the heavens and earth. His steps were incomparably resolute, moving towards the body of the first devil general. Simply an indestructible body. The hearts of the crowd trembled as they stared at the unceasing explosions of destruction around Qin Wentian's body. Boom! Terrifying immortal foundation energy gushed forth, converging into an ancient halberd in Qin Wentian's palm. There was simply too much energy within this ancient halberd. This was supreme might, the might of a demon god. An indomitable sword that could suppress everything and annihilate all lives. This strike contained the light of God's hand, the light of truth, as well as the shadow of a greater demon. When those attacks neared the ancient halberd, they would all be sucked into a terrifying vortex. Easy. At this instant, Qin Wentian transformed into a great rock, traversing through everything, piercing through the destructive light, piercing through the boundless killing might, arriving before the first devil general. His ancient halberd stabbed out, shaking the heavens and earth as a terrifying vortex of destruction manifested. The roars of demons could be heard as their might suppressed the heavens. This halberd strike was indomitable, capable of annihilating everything. The Devil King's spear appeared. Boundless energy gushed forth from the first devil general, infusing it into the Devil King's spear as it pierced out, directly colliding with Qin Wentian. The two of them collided. A beam of destructive light annihilated everything, burying the two of them within. The people outside couldn't even see clearly. Even their immortal senses couldn't permeate the area. They only saw a beam of light that was extremely powerful. This beam of light only existed for an instant. The instant of collision was enough to determine the victor. A thunderous boom rang out. The ground trembled as a crater appeared. A figure collapsed onto the ground. His golden armor shattered as his body was bathed in blood. In the air, a man stood there. His aura fluctuated like a god of war, unexcelled in the world. This man was none other than Qin Wentian, the third-ranked devil general. Qin Wentian. He was the true god of war, a devil god. From today onwards, he was no longer the third-ranked devil general. He was the first-ranked devil general. The undefeatable first-ranked devil general was defeated today. Silence filled the air, as well as the army in the first devil general's residence. The undefeatable devil general, the master of this residence, was defeated today. The legend was destroyed. The undefeatable legend was rewritten. As for the person who rewrote it, he stood in the air. He had just entered the devil sect not too long ago, yet he directly sat on the position of the first-ranked devil general. His name was Qin Wentian. Right now, all the devil generals were staring at him with trepidation in their eyes, as well as reverence. Powerful strength, one respect, one reverence. Who? Jiyu's tense state of mind finally relaxed as she heaved a sigh of relief. However, her heart wasn't calm at all. Never in her dreams would she have imagined that Qin Wentian would be able to defeat the first-ranked devil general. He really did it. Lu Xuejia was also speechless. Right now her heart was already numb. This man was once her protector. The third princess stood in the air, her beautiful eyes staring at Qin Wentian as a bright light flashed in her eyes. That last strike was so powerful, fusing many different types of energy into that halberd strike. It was simply so powerful that it could slay gods and devils alike. Cough cough. The sound of coughing broke the silence. The first-ranked devil general stood up. His countenance was pale as he lowered his head. All his arrogance had been shattered in this battle. From today onwards, I will relinquish my position as a devil general. I will leave the devil sect. The first-ranked devil general spoke in a low voice, his voice filled with loneliness and sorrow. Xianting. At this moment, the third princess walked over and stared at the first-ranked devil general. People of the devil sect, have you not seen victory and defeat yet? Given how vast the myriad devil islands are, there will always be people stronger than you. Don't be blinded by your own eyes. This battle isn't disadvantageous to you. Before this, I've already told my father that the loser of this battle would no longer be able to assume the position of a devil general. In that case, you can just become a royal guard instead. First Devil General Xianting, you can lead your elite troops and help me guard the princess residence. How about it? The third princess spoke. The first-ranked devil general inclined his head and stared at her. There was no excitement in his eyes, only loneliness. Guard the princess residence? If he nodded, from now onwards, the relationship between him and the princess would be that of a master and servant. Although the distance between them would be closer, what qualifications did he have to pursue the princess? Staring at the third princess, the first-ranked devil general Xianting spoke. Since princess has spoken, I will agree. The first-ranked devil general agreed. Even the eyes of the third princess flashed with a strange light. After that, she smiled and nodded her head. She then turned to Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian, from now on, you will be the first-ranked devil general. Qin Wentian smiled at the princess. He could feel the hidden bitterness in her eyes as she glared at him. He couldn't help but to silently curse at how awesome this devilish female was. We pay our respects to the first-ranked devil general. Jiyu bowed. At this moment, the devil generals exchanged glances before all of them bowed to Qin Wentian in the air. We pay our respects to the first-ranked devil general. We pay our respects to the first-ranked devil general. Not long ago, such a voice rang out in the third-ranked devil general's residence. Right now, it resounded through the first-ranked devil general's residence, shaking the entire devil sect. Qin Wentian turned his gaze to everyone, to the devil generals below, to this army as a faint smile flickered in his eyes. This was strength. In the devil sect, only powerful strength could bring prestige, making these people submit, making them lower their heads. He understood that only now did he truly ascend to the upper echelons of the Blackstone Devil sect. In that case, it would be much more convenient for him to do things. Everyone, there's no need to be so polite. In the future, everyone will work hard together with me, making the devil sect even more powerful. Qin Wentian smiled. The third princess rolled her eyes at Qin Wentian. This hypocritical fellow. Since the matter has been settled, Xianting, bring your men and follow me. The third princess spoke. The first-ranked devil general Xianting cast a deep glance at Qin Wentian before he led a group of devil knights and left with the princess. Send off the princess. Qin Wentian politely spoke as he stared at the back view of the princess. Humph. A cold snort rang out in Qin Wentian's mind. That voice was intentionally transmitted to him alone. Wasn't such a voice transmission a little strange? Chapter 1246. Qin Wentian became the first devil general, causing a commotion in the entire Blackstone Devil sect. The first-ranked devil general Xianting had occupied his position for too long, and there was no one who could push him down. But now Qin Wentian did it. After that, the rankings of the devil generals changed. The Blood Butcher was still the second-ranked general, but the former fourth-ranked General Pang Huang was promoted to the third-ranked. The devil general positions that Xian Ting and Ju Yu lacked would also be filled up during this period of time. There were now a total of 28 devil generals in their positions, but the situation was already changing. Qin Wentian entered the first-ranked devil general's manor where Xian Ting was. The first order he gave to his generals was to search for someone. This wasn't considered a secret, it didn't matter even if others discussed it. He had long seen through everything. In the Blackstone Devil sect, strength was the only thing that mattered. Finally, a month later, Ju Yu brought an expert to the first-ranked devil general's manor. In the devil hall, Qin Wentian had a smile on his face when he saw the person who came. The person below was also very happy as he bowed. Seeing that the Saint Lord is well, I can set my heart at ease. So it turned out that the person who came was actually Qida. He was actually on the same island as Qin Wentian. I also didn't expect that the first person I found would be you. Qin Wentian smiled. Qida stared at this majestic hall. Before he came, he already knew that Qin Wentian was already the first-ranked devil general of the Blackstone Devil sect. He couldn't help but to sigh in admiration. The Saint Lord was indeed the Saint Lord. His way of doing things was so tyrannical, directly becoming the first-ranked devil general of the Blackstone Devil sect. Ju Yu, who was at the side, felt her heart trembling. This person was also an extremely powerful character. He actually referred to Qin Wentian as the Saint Lord. Seems like Qin Wentian truly had an extraordinary status in the immortal realms. However, Ju Yu was an intelligent person. She wouldn't ask what she shouldn't ask. She wouldn't say anything that she shouldn't say. Right now, she could even cultivate all the cultivation arts and innate techniques in the first-ranked Devil Palace. Such treatment already surpassed the other devil generals. What else could she be unsatisfied with? After searching for so many days, I can only find you alone. In addition to Huang Hanliang, there are only 3 people on this devil island. Seems like I have to ask them first. Qin Wentian spoke in a low voice. After that, he turned to Ju Yu. Ju Yu, do you know where you would be sent to after entering the myriad devil islands? I've never left this island before. How would I know about the matter of the immortal realms coming here? Most probably, only the Devil King and Devil Monarch would know something about this. Maybe you can consult the princess. Ju Yu spoke. Right now, Qin Wentian was already the first devil general, and in addition, the third princess seemed to be very interested in him. Even if he went to pay a visit to the third princess, she would definitely accept him. Seems like this is the only way. Qin Wentian nodded. Ju Yu, make arrangements for Qida. I will go pay a visit to the princess. All right. Ju Yu nodded. Qin Wentian gave a few instructions to Qida before he headed towards the princess residence. As the first devil general, Qin Wentian naturally could see the third princess without any obstructions. But other than the princess, he also saw Xian Ting outside the princess residence. The former first devil general Xian Ting glanced at Qin Wentian with a sharp gaze before departing. First devil general, why are you so free to come and see this princess? The third princess smiled at Qin Wentian, exuding an aura of nobility. I've been intimate with princess before. It's only natural for me to come and pay a visit. What's so strange about it? Qin Wentian laughed. You are truly shameless. Do you really think this princess can't bear to kill you? If princess wanted to kill me, you wouldn't have gone to spectate the battle that day. Qin Wentian shook his head. Why are you looking for me exactly? The third princess coldly snorted, turning to Qin Wentian as she asked. I do have a matter I wish to consult princess about. Qin Wentian walked over, shamelessly walking to the side of the third princess. The distance between them was extremely close. Princess should know that I came from the immortal realms. Also, when I came here I had many friends with me. However, I was separated after I entered the myriad devil islands. Hence, I wish to ask princess, where would I be teleported to after entering the myriad devil islands? Qin Wentian asked. This is the reason why you ordered all the devil generals to search for people for you, right? You used the power of the devil sect for personal matters. Do you know your crime? The third princess coldly snorted, exuding a domineering aura. Princess, why is there a need to be so serious? Qin Wentian smiled, resolving the situation. Then let me ask you, if I help you search for people, would you be able to continue staying in the Blackstone Devil sect? The third princess' beautiful eyes stared at Qin Wentian as she asked. In the future, I will definitely step into the Immortal King realm, which is also the Devil King realm. I truly have no reason to continue staying in the Blackstone Devil sect. Qin Wentian didn't hide anything as he replied. What if you say it's for me? The eyes of the third princess instantly turned gentle, filled with anticipation as she stared at Qin Wentian. Her expression caused Qin Wentian's heart to tremble, as he silently mused at how awesome this devilish female was. Princess, do you mean that you have fallen in love with me, Qin? Qin Wentian took a step forward and wrapped his arms around the waist of the devilish female, wanting to kiss her passionately. If you betray me, my father will definitely kill you. The devilish female spoke, scaring Qin Wentian so much that he hurriedly retreated. Upon seeing the smile on the face of the devilish female, Qin Wentian silently mused that he was defeated. Why? This princess has already allowed you to take liberties with me, but you don't dare to? Aren't you very gutsy? The devilish female laughed. Princess, please don't joke. Qin Wentian awkwardly smiled. This devilish female was truly ruthless. Do I look like I'm joking? Qin Wentian, why don't you follow me to meet my father and choose a good date? If you wish to do some important things in advance, I don't mind. The third princess gently spoke. Qin Wentian clasped his hands. Princess, Qin still have things to do. I'll take my leave first. As he spoke, he fled in a sorry state. He was the one being teased by a woman instead. Pucci. Seeing how sorry Qin Wentian was, the third princess laughed. Her melodious voice rang out behind Qin Wentian. Coward. Qin Wentian increased his speed, wanting nothing more than to smash his head into a wall. This first devil general was so shameful. Qin Wentian returned to the devil hall. Juyu asked, is there any news from the general? Humph. Qin Wentian snorted, I'm going to rest. As he spoke, he walked out of the devil hall and headed in the direction of his bedroom. Juyu was completely bewildered. She didn't understand what was going on. Several days later, the third princess sent someone to invite Qin Wentian. However, Qin Wentian rejected. This shocked everyone in the first devil general's residence. They silently mused at how domineering their lord was. He even dared to reject the princess. However, the serving girl who came to invite Qin Wentian said that there was news regarding the matter he asked about a few days ago. Qin Wentian silently mused that he was defeated by the third princess once again. He then followed the serving girl to the palace. The people from the devil sect sighed again. It was still the third princess who was more skilled. Qin Wentian once again arrived at the devil palace. The serving girl brought him to an elegant courtyard. Qin Wentian's immortal sense seeped in as he turned, wanting to leave. I've asked my father about your matters. Don't you want to know? The voice of the third princess rang out from within. Qin Wentian halted his steps and stood outside. The serving girl silently retreated, but before she left, she didn't forget to cast a deep glance at Qin Wentian, silently musing at how lucky this fellow was to be able to make the third princess look at him in a different light. How could she understand the pain Qin Wentian was in? If princess knows, please inform Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian stood outside as he spoke. Come in and talk. A voice rang out from within. I don't dare to. Qin Wentian replied. My immortal sense has already swept out. Why wouldn't I dare to? What's the difference? If you don't want to know, just leave. The voice of the third princess rang out. Qin Wentian took a step forward with great difficulty. After that, he saw an incomparably beautiful figure lying on a sofa. That pair of beautiful legs actually revealed a lustrous glow. The princess used her hands to support her head. Her soul-stirring eyes were smiling at Qin Wentian as she asked, You even dared to disrespect me. Do you still not dare to look? Princess, don't you know that this would cause men to make mistakes? Qin Wentian bitterly smiled. I've already asked about your matters. The princess sat up. Her posture wasn't as alluring as before, but her slender legs were still as mesmerizing as ever. However, you have to promise me a condition. After a period of time, there will be experts from other devil paths coming to pay a visit to my Blackstone Devil sect. At that time you have to act as my man and accompany me by my side. The princess smiled at Qin Wentian. General Qin, this is really a bargain for you. Princess, can you give this bargain to others? For example, the former first devil general. Qin Wentian didn't dare to agree. This devilish female was incomparably crafty. He definitely mustn't fall for her tricks. Who do you take this princess to be? The countenance of the princess instantly turned cold as she stared at Qin Wentian. In your eyes, am I so unbearable? Qin, don't dare. Qin Wentian lowered his head, silently musing at how fast this devilish female changed her attitude. This trip here was even more difficult compared to attending the banquet of the first devil general, Xian Ting. You humiliated me so much, what else do you not dare to do? The devilish female coldly snorted. But after that, her expression turned gentle again as she stared at Qin Wentian. Why can't you understand my heart? If princess has nothing else, Qin Wentian bids his farewell. Qin Wentian bowed and retreated. Don't you want to know the answer to your question? The countenance of the princess changed. I will come back to ask princess another day. Qin Wentian spoke as he turned and fled. You. The devilish female pointed at Qin Wentian as she snorted. However, Qin Wentian had already fled far away. The princess stood up and tidied her robes. Her sexy figure walked to an ancient mirror and stared at her flawless body as a look of indignation flashed in her eyes. Is this princess so unattractive? Sooner or later, I will make sure that you will be played in the palm of my hand. At that time, even if you beg me to accept you, I won't accept you. Ioyo, why is my daughter so filled with hatred? Even using a honey trap didn't work. This fellow is simply too detestable. A voice drifted out from the void. The countenance of the third princess changed. She spoke in anger. Father, how can you be like this? Peeping again? Ha ha ha, I wasn't careful, it was purely an accident. That voice rang out again. However, daughter, you have to make full use of the time. Those fellows are about to arrive and they won't be easy to deal with. You should understand that although our Blackstone Devil sect is the master of a devil island, we are nothing in the perspective of the entire myriad devil islands. Don't worry, father. Your daughter will definitely subdue him. The devilish female spoke with hatred. How would Qin Wentian know that the devilish female wanted him no matter what? He also didn't know if he would be able to escape from the devilish palms of the devilish female. Chapter 1247. Qin Wentian was completely afraid of the third princess. This woman was too terrifying. Sometimes she would transform into a noble princess, and in the blink of an eye, she would become incomparably seductive. Qin Wentian no longer treated her as a princess, but as a devilish female instead. For the next few days, other than cultivating, Qin Wentian told Juyu to continue searching for people. He didn't dare to ask the third princess for more information and could only take things step by step, hoping to come into contact with the Devil Lord and Devil King. Just when he thought that he would be safe in the first Devil General's residence today, he returned to his bedroom to rest after his cultivation. The bedroom of the former first Devil General Xian Ting exuded an imposing aura. Qin Wentian was currently staying here. When he stepped into the bedroom, his gaze abruptly changed. There was actually someone inside. His immortal sense swept out, and when he saw the person inside, he couldn't help but to be speechless. Why? I'm not welcomed here? A voice drifted out from within. Qin Wentian pushed open the door, only to see the third princess lying comfortably on his bed. Her slender legs and perfect figure outlined an extremely soul-stirring curve. Qin Wentian bitterly smiled. Princess, aren't you afraid that people from the devil sect would gossip about you like this? Who would know? Even if they knew, who would dare to gossip about this princess? In addition, wouldn't it be even better if others knew of our relationship? The devilish female smiled. Princess, what do you want exactly? Qin Wentian was completely helpless against this devilish female. He couldn't possibly really do anything to her, right? If that was the case, would he be able to leave this devil island? I've told you before, you only need to pretend once. If you can't even do that, would this princess taint you? The voice of the devilish female was cold. Or maybe in your eyes, this princess isn't worthy of you. I don't dare to. Qin Wentian didn't say anything more. At this moment, anything he said would be wrong. As for pretending once, this was the Blackstone Devil sect and she was the princess of the Blackstone Devil sect. Once he pretended once, the news of the Blackstone Devil sect would definitely spread. At that time, what if this devilish female refused to let him go in the future? Then I won't leave. The devilish female directly laid there. Qin Wentian walked to the front of the bed and stared at her alluring figure, speechless. This devilish female was truly not afraid at all. Don't worry. News of us will spread out in the outside world soon. Your worry has become a reality. The news will spread throughout the devil's doctrine. You can't pretend even if you don't want to. The demoness opened her beautiful eyes and looked at Qin Wentian, who was beside the bed. Princess, do you trust me that much? Maybe I'm a despicable lecher. Qin Wentian said. This consort will allow you to be lecherous, the witch said with a smile. Her beautiful eyes blinked. Her charming eyes were like silk, moving one's soul. Fine. Since Princess is willing to do this, I have no choice but to agree. It's just that I, Qin, beg your highness. I came from the immortal realms to the myriad devil islands for an important matter, and I will definitely have to leave. I hope that Princess won't make things difficult for Qin Wentian when the time comes. Qin Wentian seriously spoke. Since he couldn't do anything to this devilish female, he could only speak the truth. The third princess seriously scrutinized Qin Wentian. Her beautiful eyes stared at his face as she spoke. As expected, this is the reason. Seems like even if I'm willing to marry you, I still wouldn't be able to make you stay. Is it because I don't have enough charm or your ambitions are too great? There's no need to doubt Princess Charm. I hope that Princess can spare Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian bitterly smiled. The devilish female's silhouette flashed as she directly stood up. Her hands hooked onto Qin Wentian's body as she moved to Qin Wentian's back. Her body was almost pressed against Qin Wentian's. The feeling of her skin against his, as well as her fragrance, was truly intoxicating. The more you act like this, the more I want to give it a try. The devilish female breathed out a fragrant breath into Qin Wentian's ears before giggling and leaving. Qin Wentian heaved a sigh of relief and sat on the bed. He could still feel the lingering fragrance from the devilish female. He bitterly smiled and shook his head. This time, he had no choice but to agree to this devilish female's request. He didn't know if it was a blessing or a calamity, but given the personality of this devilish female, if he didn't agree to her request, she would definitely use all sorts of methods. Qin Wentian wouldn't be able to handle it. And as expected, rumors soon circulated in the devil sect. The newly appointed first devil general actually obtained the love of the third princess, and the two of them were already lovers. In fact, there were even rumors saying that the third princess entered Qin Wentian's bedroom, shocking the entire devil sect. There were also rumors saying that the first devil general, Qin Wentian, would often meet with the third princess, entering her residence to spend time with her. Their relationship was incomparably intimate, but it was unknown if anything had happened between them. This seemed to prove that supreme geniuses would always be matched with empire-toppling beauties. Since ancient times, beauties loved heroes. Back then, despite how outstanding the first devil general Xian Ting was, he still couldn't win the favor of the third princess. As for Qin Wentian, he domineeringly defeated the first devil general and seized the position of the first devil general, winning the attention of the third princess. Right now they seem to be in love with each other. The pitiful Qin Wentian didn't even know when he fell in love with the third princess. When Juyu stared at Qin Wentian with an ambiguous gaze, Qin Wentian shrugged. I really have no relationship with the third princess. In that case, the rumors in the outside world are all fake. In addition, I heard that the third princess did enter your bedroom that day. Sir General, you are truly awesome. Not only did you seize the position of the first devil general in such a short period of time, you even managed to charm the third princess. I'm truly impressed. Juyu clasped her hands and smiled at Qin Wentian, actually joking around. Seems like I won't be able to explain myself even if I explain. Qin Wentian bitterly smiled. At this moment, a voice drifted over, reporting to General, the third princess invites you over. Qin Wentian's expression froze. He only felt incomparably awkward when he saw Juyu smiling at him. His face was filled with black lines. Really, it's nothing. Qin Wentian shook his head and walked out. Even Juyu didn't believe him, let alone those from the devil sect. This time around things were truly tragic. That devilish female was too ruthless, cutting off all paths of retreat for him. Qin Wentian once again came to the princess' residence only to see the princess walking over to welcome him. Her face was filled with smiles as she helped Qin Wentian tidy his robes. Princess. Qin Wentian had a bitter smile on his face. It's time to get into character. Don't forget what you promised me. The princess smiled seductively. After that, she walked up and hugged his arm. The softness of her touch caused one to reminisce, but Qin Wentian didn't seem to be in the mood to savor this wonderful feeling. Let's go, follow me to see father. I will let father answer your questions for you. The princess spoke. Qin Wentian's countenance alternated between shades of green and white. But now he could only brace himself. Qin Wentian was being hugged by the devilish female as they came to a majestic palace. This place was heavily guarded and experts were as common as the clouds. In front of them, a muscular figure clad in black had his back facing them. Father, I've brought him here. The devilish female called out, only to see the middle-aged man turning around. His imposing countenance and tyrannical countenance gave off a sense of solemnity and tyranny just by standing there. I pay my respects to the Devil King. Qin Wentian bowed. There's no need to be so polite. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. I've long heard of this lass mentioning you. Since she likes you, you have to treat her well. Don't let her down. This Devil King. Qin Wentian wanted to speak, but he only saw the eyes of the Devil King flashing with a powerful light as he furrowed his brows. The Devil King seemed somewhat unhappy. Father. The devilish female stomped her feet and acted coquettishly. Don't scare him. Don't worry, our relationship is very good. Wentian will definitely treat me well. Let's hope so. If he lets you down, I will definitely kill him. The Devil King coldly spoke, incomparably imposing. This? Qin Wentian was completely dumbfounded. He felt that he had fallen into the devilish female's trap. Princess, we have an agreement. Qin Wentian transmitted his voiceover. Why are you talking so much nonsense? Don't tell me you want to tell my father that you touched his daughter, hugged her and even slept on the same bed. You were just playing around? The devilish female replied. Qin Wentian completely broke down. He angrily spoke. When did I sleep on the same bed? I've also slept on your bed before, didn't I? The devilish female coldly snorted. As for the matters in the future, let's think of a solution. Qin Wentian sighed in his heart. The Tao rises 1 foot, the devil rises 10. If he knew of the other side of this Devil King when he interacted with his daughter, he didn't know if he would break down or go berserk. Lord Father, about the matter, Qin Wentian asked. Wentian, I heard from the last that you came here with your friends from the immortal realms. From what I know, you guys would be teleported to different places, but you still wouldn't be able to leave the Devil region at the entrance of the myriad Devil Islands. This Devil region is known as the Fallen Devil region. It's the region closest to the Devil Gate. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Qin Wentian instantly turned serious. In that case, regardless of their friends, all of them were in the Fallen Devil region. However, even if it's just this Fallen Devil region, there are tens of thousands of Devil Islands. They might be scattered all over the place. It won't be so easy to find them. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Qin Wentian frowned. The myriad Devil Islands were truly boundlessly vast. Just this Fallen Devil region alone was already so terrifying. However, there's still a way to do it. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed as he asked, Devil King, what should I do? In this boundlessly vast Fallen Devil region, there's a supreme ruler. And the strongest ruler is none other than the Fallen Devil Emperor of the Fallen Devil Islands. He controls all the islands in the Fallen Devil region, and with a single command, he can make all the islands in the Fallen Devil region search for people for you. The Blackstone Devil King explained. Qin Wentian furrowed his brows. This place wasn't the immortal realms but the myriad Devil Islands. Let alone Devil Emperors, even Devil Kings wouldn't give him face. If he offended a Devil Emperor, he might even be killed. How difficult was it to get a Devil Emperor to help him? But no matter how difficult it was, he had to think of a solution. If not, if Huang Shatian and the others succeeded, that would be their doomsday. Coincidentally, not long from now, we will have a chance to head to the Fallen Devil Island. Qin Wentian, do you want to head there together? The Blackstone Devil King suddenly spoke, causing Qin Wentian to start. Why did he feel that something was strange? This feeling was like the Blackstone Devil King had dug a pit and was waiting for him to jump in. Chapter 1248. Naturally, although Qin Wentian felt that the Blackstone Devil King had a scheme waiting for him, he still believed the Devil King's words. The division of power in the immortal realms was the same. Back then there were countless cities in the eastern Sage 13 prefectures, all governed by the Dongshangshan Gate. The fallen devil region of the myriad devil islands was the same as well. Many devil islands had their own supreme ruler, the fallen devil emperor. Devil emperors were equivalent to immortal emperors. Devil emperors were the true peak experts of the myriad devil islands. Back then, Emperor, you set the battlefield on the myriad devil islands. In that case, this battle wouldn't be as simple as a battle between two parties. Devil King, why are you heading to the fallen devil region? Qin Wentian asked. Since the devil emperors are in charge of all the devil islands, although we are the lords of the devil islands, we are merely helping the devil emperor to govern them. Naturally, we are heading to the fallen devil island to pay our respects to the devil emperor. Not only for my Blackstone Devil sect, all the devil kings of the myriad of devil paths would be heading there to pay their respects to the devil emperor. The devil king spoke. Like a pilgrimage? Qin Wentian mumbled. You can put it that way. The fallen devil emperor is the supreme ruler of the fallen devil region. If you can gain his favor, it wouldn't be too difficult for you to find someone. The Blackstone Devil King spoke, his words causing Qin Wentian's eyes to flicker as he glanced at the devilish female beside him. If this was the case. At this moment, Qin Wentian felt a sharp pain in his waist. After that, he only saw the devilish female smiling at him as she spoke in a gentle voice. Wentian, if you gain the favor of the devil emperor, would you abandon me? The Blackstone Devil King's gaze landed on Qin Wentian. How can that be? Qin Wentian smiled. This devilish female was too awesome. She was able to guess his thoughts the moment he thought about it. Wentian, your talent is extraordinary. This king has high hopes for you. Work hard in your cultivation and in the future, this entire island will be yours. For these few days, just stay in the princess residence. If you have time, come and chat with me. As for the Devil General Manor, you temporarily don't need to return. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Devil King. The Demon King raised his eyebrows again. Qin Wentian immediately swallowed the words he wanted to say and could only say, okay. Wentian, let's go. The witch hugged Qin Wentian's arm and left happily. Qin Wentian wanted to cry but had no tears. He was in pain and happy at the same time. Thus, Qin Wentian began a painful experience that lasted for several days. He was tortured to the point that he wished he was dead, and the rumors within the devil sect became more and more intense. There was even a small piece of news that said that something had already happened between the princess and Qin Wentian, and even the Demon King had paid his respects. It seemed that this Qin Wentian was very likely to be a future candidate for the Demon King. The first Devil General is truly powerful. Not only did he destroy the undefeatable legend of the former first Devil General, Lord Xianting, he even managed to capture the beautiful princess in such a short period of time. That's nothing. Even the Demon King was taken care of. That's what you call amazing. The people of the Devil sect simply prostrated themselves in admiration towards Qin Wentian. Even Juyu was cursing Qin Wentian in the residence of the first Devil General. This shameless and hypocritical bastard. He actually dares to deny it? He has already entered the princess's residence. Shameless, he doesn't dare to admit his actions. After Cheetah heard of Qin Wentian's glorious deeds, he sighed in admiration. The Saint Lord was truly extraordinary. Lu Xuejia stood on the stairs to her residence. Back then this was where she met Qin Wentian. But now when she glanced downwards, there was no longer anyone there. When she thought of this, she actually felt a sense of melancholy in her heart. Back then, Qin Wentian fought against the first Devil General, Xianting. How magnificent was that? It was hard for her to forget it. However, the protector whom she once threatened to gouge out his eyes just because he glanced at her body had already walked further and further away. It was like he was in existence on a completely different level from her. This was the true reason why Lu Xuejia couldn't forget him. Today, Qin Wentian discovered that the devilish female was no longer teasing him. The atmosphere in the devil sect abruptly grew tense. In fact, there were many tyrannical auras in the central devil sect, causing him to feel as though something major was about to happen. However, it was too late for him to hide from the demoness. Since the demoness didn't want to tell him, he didn't ask. Until one day, a powerful demonic aura descended from the sky and enveloped the entire devil sect. Qin Wentian inclined his head and stared at the air. His eyes flashed as he saw a group of experts descending from the sky in the direction of the Blackstone Devil King's residence. They were riding on black Jiao dragons, exuding an incomparably imposing aura. The devilish female also came out. She inclined her head and stared at the sky as she snorted coldly. There was a look of unhappiness in her eyes. These fellows finally came. Ha ha, old friends are here to pay a visit. Blackstone, are you not going to come out to welcome us? A voice rang out in the air above the Blackstone Devil sect. Instantly a terrifying devil path hurricane manifested, exuding a fearsome might, causing the hearts of many to tremble. Seems like an extremely powerful devil character has descended upon the Blackstone Devil sect. Brother Jiao, your presence brings light to my humble abode. The Blackstone Devil King's voice boomed out. A moment later, a powerful might enveloped this entire space as boundless law energy caused the hurricane to calm down. The hegemon of another devil island. A bastard. A bunch of disgusting fellows. The devilish female frowned as she stared at the figures in the air, a look of disgust on her face. This was the first time Qin Wentian saw such an expression on the devilish female's face. Seems like there were things this devilish female couldn't deal with. Demon? Qin Wentian asked. Yes, a devil Jiao that calls himself the Black Jiao Devil King. He came from a neighboring island and that island was ruled by them. Things there are simply too horrible to look at. I've been there once and it's so disgusting. The devilish female spoke. On the back of the flood dragon, the Black Jiao Devil King's body was gigantic and exuded a dense demonic qi. Beside him stood a young man with a demonic appearance. His 3 eyes gleamed with a cold light, causing people to feel that he was an evil person with a single glance. However, what Qin Wentian noticed was the person behind the demonic young man. That person also had the appearance of a young man and was extremely demonic. In the center of his brows, a king's imprint could be seen. This was the symbol of the White Tiger people. This man was none other than one of the 200 experts from the Sky Mist Immortal Emperor's side. He was a White Tiger demon immortal chosen by the White Tiger people. His eyes were extremely terrifying and his cultivation base was at the peak of Immortal Foundation. As expected, those who came to the Myriad Devil Islands all have the same idea as me. They would first join the strongest power on the island and seek help for themselves. Qin Wentian silently mused. Right now, he already had a certain status in the Blackstone Devil sect. However, that White Tiger people actually managed to get close to the Black Jiao Devil King on another island. At this moment in the air, the demonic young man beside the Black Jiao Devil King glanced at the devil sect below. Finally, his gaze landed on Qin Wentian's princess residence. Although there was a great distance between them, his demonic eyes were still locked onto the devilish female. Yurua, long time no see. You are still as beautiful as ever. I've always missed you and wanted to bring you back to the Black Jiao Devil Island as soon as possible. The demonic young man laughed evilly, his words causing Qin Wentian's eyes to flash with a strange light as he glanced at the devilish female. So this was what was going on. She actually wanted to use him as a shield? Are we very familiar with each other? Yurua was the name of the devilish female. Her original name was Yin Yurua. Haha, Yurua. You are still as humorous as ever. The demonic young man spoke, his voice booming out. The White Tiger people behind him locked onto Qin Wentian as a cold light flashed in his eyes. To think that the enemy of the White Tiger people, Qin Wentian, was actually on this island. What a coincidence. Blackstone, are you not going to invite me down for a seat? The Black Jiao Devil King's voice boomed out like thunder. Prepare the banquet. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Only then did the experts in the air descend, heading towards the direction of the Blackstone Devil King's palace. The devilish female Yin Yurua turned and smiled gently at Qin Wentian. Her smile caused Qin Wentian to feel his scalp turning numb. This devilish female, walking to Qin Wentian's side. The devilish female hugged his arm as she spoke in a gentle voice. Wentian, let's go to the banquet. You have to perform well today. If you throw away father's face, he would surely be angry. The devilish female transmitted her voice to Qin Wentian at the same time. Qin Wentian gritted his teeth. This time around, the devilish female's body pressed even tighter against his. He could even feel the softness of a certain part of her body. He could only be speechless. When the devilish female brought Qin Wentian to the Blackstone Devil King's palace, the banquet was already prepared and everyone was seated. In an instant, Qin Wentian felt numerous cold demonic eyes staring at him as a tyrannical pressure gushed over. I'll give you a chance. Move your hand away yourself. The demonic young man beside the Blackstone Devil King coldly spoke to Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. He stared at that pair of demonic eyes filled with confidence. His words were so absolute. In truth, it was the devilish female who was hugging his arm tightly. He didn't make any obvious movements, but when he glanced at the demonic young man as well as the white tiger people beside him, a faint smile appeared on his face. He stretched out his hand and wrapped it around the slender waist of the devilish female, pulling her body closer to him. His actions were extremely ambiguous. The devilish female smiled sweetly as she glanced at Qin Wentian. That demonic young man stared at Qin Wentian and fell silent for a moment before he laughed. Seems like some people don't want their hands anymore. Blackstone, don't you know that my son likes Yuruwa? Yuruwa is my daughter-in-law. What do you mean by this? The Black Jiao Devil King stared at the Blackstone Devil King as he spoke. Brother Black Jiao, how can we stop the matters between men and women? Young people are attracted to each other. The elders can only help them. The first devil general under me, Qin Wentian, is in love with that last Yuru. I'll naturally help them be together. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. Ever since Qin Wentian was schemed against by the devilish female, he had already decided to be the shield. But the instant he saw the white tiger people, he understood in his heart that it wasn't a waste for him to be the shield. Just a devil general under your command? The Black Jiao Devil King coldly spoke. Since this is the case, if he dies, Yuruwa would be able to marry my son. Chapter 1249. The Blackstone Devil King's expression turned cold when he heard this. He then spoke, Brother Black Jiao, Qin Wentian is the first general of my devil path. You saying that he will die, are you smacking my face? Brother Blackstone, that's not right. The devil generals under you are extremely brave. And my subordinates are also extraordinary. In the past, wasn't it normal for them to die? This time, there's naturally no exception. I believe that my generals are stronger than them. The Black Jiao Devil King laughed uproariously. In addition, if this first general is weak, how can he be worthy of Euro? Let me help you take a look. Seems like Brother Black Jiao has more powerful subordinates. The Blackstone Devil King coldly spoke. The island controlled by the Black Jiao Devil King was adjacent to his island, and many years ago, there were many battles between them. Although they seemed to be drinking and chatting merrily here, in reality, they weren't on the same side. After that, it was unknown how the Black Jiao Devil King managed to get acquainted with a powerful character on the fallen Devil Island. That powerful character even accepted his son as his foster son. Hence, the Black Jiao Devil King became extremely arrogant, and would often come to his island to provoke and kill people. Every time they fought, the Blackstone Devil King would lose more than they won. That's only natural. Leaving aside the fact that my son is getting closer and closer to the immortal king realm, even the subordinates he accepted are all extremely powerful. Look at this man, he is a greater demon from the white tiger people and is incomparably powerful. This time around you guys are going to be in dire straits. The Black Jiao Devil King laughed loudly. His words were impolite, not giving any face at all. Haha, that might not be the case. This time around, I also have many powerful subordinates under me. Brother Black Jiao, you have to be mentally prepared. The Blackstone Devil King laughed heartily. As the two of them laughed, devil might gushed forth, causing this entire space to tremble. Everyone only felt the table shaking. Since this is the case, the rules shall be the same as before. Let's use combat to liven up the mood. How about 3 rounds? The Black Jiao Devil King coldly spoke. Sure. The Blackstone Devil King straightforwardly agreed. Since he is the first general, he naturally has to participate, right? The Black Jiao Devil King pointed at Qin Wentian. Naturally. The Blackstone Devil King coldly spoke. I'm the guest and you're the host. In that case, you guys can send someone out first. The Black Jiao Devil King said directly. Naturally, the host will follow the guest first. Brother Black Jiao, please send someone out first. How would the Blackstone Devil King be fooled so easily? Brother Blackstone is really lacking in spirit. Since that's the case, I'll send someone out first. The Black Jiao Devil King coldly spoke. After that, an expert walked out. This person exuded a terrifying demonic qi that gushed forth. His true form was that of a Jiao dragon, and his strength was extremely terrifying. The Blackstone Devil King glanced at the Blood Butcher. For the first battle, he was prepared to send out the second Devil General, Demon King. At this moment, Qin Wentian suddenly spoke. The Blackstone Devil King stared at Qin Wentian only to hear Qin Wentian speaking. Let's leave the first battle to Xian Ting. I'm sure with Xian Ting's strength, he would definitely be able to obtain a great victory for the Devil King. The Blackstone Devil King glanced at Qin Wentian. That Saint Beast White Tiger would surely be extremely powerful. Also, the son of the Black Jiao Devil King was extremely terrifying as well. For these two, he planned to send out Xian Ting and Qin Wentian respectively. As for the first battle, he would leave it to the Blood Butcher. Could it be that Qin Wentian wanted to use Xian Ting to win the first battle for sure? After that, he would win the next battle to gain face? Fine. Xian Ting, can you help me obtain a great victory? The Blackstone Devil King stared at Xian Ting behind him. The ex-first-rank Devil General Xian Ting seemed to have retracted his sharpness. Upon hearing the Devil King's question, he nodded. I will definitely win. Fine, you will fight. The Devil King laughed loudly. After that, Xian Ting walked towards the battlefield, facing his opponent. Using Xian Ting for the first battle? Are you courting death for the next two battles? The son of the Black Jiao Devil King glanced at Qin Wentian before turning his gaze onto the third princess Yen Yurua, who was sitting beside Qin Wentian. Yurua, I'm drooling over you. What's the use of following a trash like him? I'm your true love. The devilish young man stared at Yen Yurua, who was leaning on Qin Wentian. His eyes gleamed with a terrifying coldness as an extremely evil thought appeared in his heart. This slut actually dared to seduce other men. In that case, once she landed in his hands, he would definitely let her know what pain means to wish she was dead. He is my man. The devilish female leaned on Qin Wentian, as though she was extremely attached to him. A look of satisfaction could be seen on her face, causing the devilish young man to want to ravage her and destroy her at the same time. Yura, just you wait. The devilish young man had an evil smile on his face. It was unknown if there was a deeper meaning behind his words. The first Devil General had already started fighting against the people of the Black Jiao Devil King. Rumbling sounds shook the heavens and earth. Dark golden devil might, towering golden light, and terrifying sharpness engulfed the area. Qin Wentian calmly sipped his wine. His mind wasn't on the battlefield. He was thinking that since he and the expert from the White Tiger people could reach such a level, the others would be able to do the same as well. In that case, during this trip to the Fallen Devil Island, he might encounter many familiar faces. Most probably, they would all want to act against the Fallen Devil Emperor. Once they gained the favor of the Fallen Devil Emperor, they would be able to win half of the adjudication battle. The battles continued. Many gazes were on the battlefield. The former First Devil General Xian Ting, as the undefeated number 1 general of Qin Wentian, was naturally extremely powerful. In this battle, he won against his opponent and even killed his opponent in a domineering manner. The expression of the Black Jiao Devil King didn't change at all. He was extremely indifferent to the death of his subordinate. Since it was the subordinate of the Blackstone Devil King who acted first, he only knew that in the next two battles, the Blackstone Devil King would definitely regret it. I'll have to trouble Brother White Tiger then. The demonic-looking young man spoke to the White Tiger Greater Demon beside him. That White Tiger Greater Demon walked out. His cold demonic eyes stared fixedly at Qin Wentian. This young man who had a huge grudge with the White Tiger people, let him be the one to kill him. According to what Bai Mao said, this man once roasted white tigers for food. Today he wanted to eat him alive. Come out and receive your death. The white tiger greater demon coldly spoke. The demonic-looking young man smiled at Yurua and Qin Wentian. Yurua, don't feel heartache after this. After he dies, I will take good care of you. Qin Wentian smiled but didn't say anything. He continued sitting there unmoving, as though he had no intention to fight. Everyone frowned when they saw this scene. Was he afraid to fight? Wentian. The Blackstone Devil King stared at Qin Wentian. The third princess also stared at Qin Wentian, as though they were waiting for him to fight. He isn't worthy enough to fight against me. Qin Wentian calmly spoke, his words causing the expert from the White Tiger people to let out a thunderous roar, causing the entire area to tremble as a tempest gushed forth. Brother White Tiger, there's no need to be angry. The demonic-looking young man calmly spoke. He stared at Yurua. Is this your man? He doesn't dare to fight? Brother Blackstone, as the first devil general, why are you so cowardly? The Black Jiao Devil King spoke. Reporting to the Devil King, there's someone outside requesting an audience. He claims to be a subordinate of the first devil general, Qin Wentian. At this moment, someone came in and reported. Qin Wentian glanced at the Devil King and nodded. He's one of my men. Let him pass. The Devil King spoke. After that, Chidao's figure stepped out. The eyes of the expert from the White Tiger people flashed. This was also one of the 200 experts. There were actually 2 of them in this devil sect. Saint Lord. Chida walked to the side of Qin Wentian. This vile beast is too noisy. Kill him but don't shatter him. Leave him alive and roast him to go with wine. Qin Wentian spoke. His words caused the White Tiger to roar once more. The others all stared at Qin Wentian with bewilderment. This fellow actually wanted his subordinate to fight against the White Tiger? Was he crazy? Even the devilish female felt that Qin Wentian was a little unreliable, as she stared at him in bewilderment. Right? Chida nodded. He then stepped out, moving towards the battlefield, as though it was only natural. The eyes of the Blackstone Devil King flashed. He was somewhat suspicious. Would Qin Wentian be too careless? The people chosen by the Black Jiao Devil Island wouldn't be simple. Can your subordinate really do it? Even the devilish female transmitted her voice to Qin Wentian. Also, even if you avoid this battle, your next battle would be against that little bastard. Isn't this just to your liking? Qin Wentian smiled at the devilish female. Seeing the self-confidence in Qin Wentian's eyes, the devilish female felt that she couldn't see through this fellow anymore. Although this fellow had been tortured miserably during these few days, the moment he faced a battle, he would radiate a mystical glow. His self-confidence was so strong that it was terrifying. If he is really so strong, it wouldn't be a bad thing to marry him. The devilish female mused. At this moment, the White Tiger let out a thunderous roar as baleful chi towered up into the sky. The innate techniques of the White Tiger people were all unleashed, causing the heavens and earth to crumble as the void trembled, wanting to destroy everything. The countenance of the Blackstone Devil King changed. For truly powerful characters, one would only know when they acted. It was impossible to tell with the naked eye. And the moment this White Tiger acted, he understood that even Xianting wouldn't be able to win against it, let alone a subordinate of Qin Wentian. Boom! At this instant, a fearsome battle light gushed forth, engulfing the heavens and earth. A divine ape appeared, standing tall in the air, resembling a divine battle ape. His entire body radiated resplendent battle light as law energy flowed around him, exuding boundless might. Only to see Chida lifting his palm as a fearsome battle palm imprint slammed out, causing the entire space to tremble. Using offense to counter offense, he clashed head-on with the White Tiger. Boom! The earth was about to shatter as a violent wind ravaged the area. With just a single strike, the 2 of them soared up into the air. The spectators inclined their heads, staring at the battle above. The White Tiger transformed back into his true form, resembling a towering baleful god, while Chida transformed into a battle saint, unexcelled in the world. The 2 of them continued to exchange attacks, causing the heavens and earth to rumble as the void trembled. The spectators below were all dazzled as their hearts pounded violently. How powerful! The third princess's heart trembled. This subordinate of Qin Wentian was actually so powerful. The gazes of Xianting, the second devil general, and the others froze. This was simply Qin Wentian quietly tasted his wine. Although this white tiger people had comprehended his body of laws for a longer period of time and had taken that step earlier, he didn't manage to enter the sacred academy. Qida was someone from the Battle Saint tribe, and had entered the sacred academy for cultivation. At the end of the Tao lecture, he finally took that step and comprehended Immortal King might. Given his combat prowess, how could he be afraid of his opponent? Devil King, seems like there will be white tiger meat to accompany your wine today. Qin Wentian laughed. The Blackstone Devil King started before he started laughing uproariously. However, his heart wasn't calm at all. Why did the Saint Beast White Tiger come to the Devil Islands? A subordinate of Qin Wentian actually referred to Qin Wentian as the Saint Lord. To think that he was actually so powerful. What background did Qin Wentian have in the immortal realms exactly? Chapter 1250. The devilish female leaned on Qin Wentian and transmitted her voice. Are you acquainted with that white tiger? Why do I feel that there's a grudge between the two of you? Could it be that he is one of the people you are looking for? Yes. Qin Wentian didn't deny it. The eyes of the devilish female flashed with a bright light as she smiled and transmitted back. What is your identity in the immortal realms? Why don't you guess? Qin Wentian's gaze landed on the face of the devilish female. I can't be bothered to guess. No matter what identity you have in the immortal realms, it's the same in the myriad Devil Islands. Since you landed in the hands of this princess, you can forget about escaping from me. The devilish female's lips curled up in an arc, causing Qin Wentian to roll his eyes. The devilish female had a complacent smile on her face. On the battlefield, the roars grew even more intense, accompanied by screams of agony. Qin Wentian inclined his head and stared in the air only to see that Qida already had the absolute advantage. His terrifying attacks were all blasting into the white tiger. Save me! The white tiger roared in rage. However, no one acted. At this moment, an intense cold light flashed in the white tiger's eyes. He suddenly opened his mouth and spat out a breath that caused people's hearts to tremble. This breath was formed from the purest baleful qi, transforming into a ball of baleful light that could destroy everything. Boom! An extremely terrifying aura suddenly erupted forth from Qin Wentian. A beam of sword light transformed into a great rock that shot up into the sky, akin to a bolt of lightning. Impudent! The Black Jiao Devil King coldly snorted, actually lifting his hand to interfere. Humph! The Blackstone Devil King also snorted coldly. A mountainous pressure descended from the sky, blocking the Black Jiao Devil King's attack. The sword light descended, directly piercing through the head of the white tiger, leaving behind a trail of blood. Qida's body explosively retreated. The terrifying baleful qi ball lost control and exploded. Terrifying destructive currents wreaked havoc, instantly breaking through Qida's defense, leaving a bloody wound on his body. The Blackstone Devil King waved his hand as a gigantic devil palm appeared, blocking the destructive baleful qi, shattering it apart. Following which, his palm reached out into the void and grabbed the huge body of the white tiger. Hey sure, what do you mean by this? The Black Jiao Devil King was still sitting there, but an extremely tyrannical devil might erupted from him. Using magic treasures to kill others is called sparring? To use such despicable methods in my devil sect, do you think I don't exist? The Blackstone Devil King coldly spoke. If the Black Jiao Devil King is a sore loser, feel free to leave. You are the one who suggested this spar, not me, Blackstone. I can't afford to lose. The Black Jiao Devil King's expression was extremely cold. He's the next one, right? The Black Jiao Demon King pointed at Qin Wentian. It depends on which one of you is going to fight, Qin Wentian said. My son. It's hard to avoid casualties. Demon King, you must be careful. You've already lost 2 rounds, Qin Wentian said. You are truly arrogant. The Black Jiao Devil King's voice was ice cold. Come out. There's no rush. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. He then turned to the Blackstone Devil King. If this white tiger meat is roasted, the taste would be extremely delicious and it's also extremely nutritious. Devil King, why don't you roast some white tiger meat to liven things up? Right. The Blackstone Devil King faintly spoke. With a wave of his hand, a fearsome devil fire landed on the gigantic white tiger beside him, instantly igniting it. He controlled the temperature of the fire as the white tiger meat was gradually cooked. "Brother Black Jiao, do you want some? This is the meat of a saint beast." The Black Stone Devil King ordered for the meat to be sliced up. The Black Jiao Devil King turned ashen. This white tiger was someone he brought here. After it was defeated, it was actually roasted in front of him? How ridiculous! Although he didn't care about the life or death of the white tiger, this was a humiliation to him. "No need, you guys just enjoy yourselves." The Black Jiao Devil King coldly snorted. "Brother Blackstone, you are getting more and more arrogant. Be careful that you might regret this in the future." "Haha, didn't I learn this from Brother Black Jiao?" The Blackstone Devil King laughed uproariously. This Black Jiao Devil King would frequently come to their devil path to harass them, and was getting more and more impudent. In fact, he even said that his daughter was already reserved by the son of the Black Jiao Devil King. This time around they had already won 2 out of the 3 battles. It could be considered that they had vented out a mouthful of resentment. The white tiger meat was served and everyone started to enjoy it, feeling incomparably carefree. Yin Yurua took out a piece of white tiger meat, but she didn't eat it herself. She fed it to Qin Wentian as she leaned against him and spoke in a gentle voice. "Wentian, eat this." Qin Wentian opened his mouth and the devilish female really fed him the meat, not caring about her status. Upon seeing the look of enjoyment on Qin Wentian's face, the eyes of the son of the Black Jiao Devil King spat out fire as his killing intent surged wildly. This devilish female is truly powerful. At this moment, Qin Wentian didn't care about the son of the Black Jiao Devil King. Instead, he was thinking about the devilish female beside him. When she acted imposingly, she was lofty, as though she was unreachable. When she acted seductively, she could even serve others in such a manner. Even if this was just an act, it wasn't something an ordinary princess who was pampered and spoiled since childhood would be able to do. One could only say that this Yin Yurua was a natural seductress. Such a devilish female, Qin Wentian naturally didn't dare to want her. If not, he was afraid that Qing'er and Qingqing would be plotted against by this devilish female. The people here were enjoying the taste of the white tiger meat, while the people of the Black Jiao Devil King all had ashen expressions. This time around they could be considered to have lost. But as long as they could kill that young man in the last round, the 2 losses earlier didn't count as anything. "Are you done?" The devilish young man stared at Qin Wentian. "Since you are so anxious, I will grant you your wish." Qin Wentian soared up into the air, instantly standing in the air. The devilish young man inclined his head as a dark light flashed in his eyes, exuding a terrifying killing intent. His true form is a Black Jiao. Not only is his offense and defense powerful, he's also proficient in corrosive devil energy. "You must be careful." The devilish female grew more cautious as she transmitted her voice to Qin Wentian. The devilish young man's silhouette flashed as he soared up into the air. However, at this moment, a dazzling light erupted from Qin Wentian. After that, the devilish young man only saw countless ancient characters and sword might descending from the sky, wanting to obstruct him from soaring up. Lifting his arm, he roared in rage. His arm transformed into an incomparably thick flood dragon arm, tearing everything apart as he rushed towards Qin Wentian. "So weak." The devilish young man coldly snorted, mocking. At this moment, an ancient halberd of darkness appeared in Qin Wentian's hands. His entire body was shrouded by a darkness aura as law energy circulated around him. A cold smile appeared on his face. "Careful." The Black Jiao Devil King frowned as he transmitted his voice to his son. The devilish young man also sensed something. But at the next instant, Qin Wentian's silhouette vanished from his original location. Like a heavenly rock, he instantly appeared before the devilish young man and stabbed out with his ancient halberd. Roar! A terrifying vortex of destruction appeared, causing the entire space to tremble. The ancient halberd transformed into the halberd of a death god, piercing downwards. In the blink of an eye, Qin Wentian had already infused his terrifying killing intent into his halberd, transforming it into a halberd strike of death. Earlier, the demonic young man was still saying that his attack was too weak. The devilish young man couldn't even react in time. He could only frenziedly unleash his aura, directly transforming into an incomparably gigantic flood dragon, malevolent and terrifying, spitting out terrifying corrosive darkness energy. However, how terrifying was that vortex of destruction? It transformed into a tempest, instantly engulfing the flood dragon within. A malevolent face appeared within the vortex of destruction, slashing towards the head of the flood dragon. Boom, boom, boom. The scales on the body of the flood dragon trembled, radiating a terrifying dark devilish light. An ear-piercing sound rang out as the body of the flood dragon trembled violently, causing the heavens and earth to tremble. That incomparably gigantic flood dragon directly slammed into the ground. The silhouette of the Black Jiao Devil King flashed, transforming into an even larger flood dragon, enveloping his son within it, only to see the body of the little black flood dragon trembling violently, emitting miserable screams. It was extremely miserable, completely unlike the arrogant devilish young man earlier. You dare to cheat? The devil might from the Black Jiao Devil King gushed forth frenziedly. However, before Qin Wentian, the Blackstone Devil King stood there and coldly spoke. Black Jiao Devil King, if you can't afford to lose, just scram. Stop embarrassing yourself. Qin Wentian defeated your son fair and square. When did I cheat? Everyone understood that Qin Wentian was able to instantly defeat the devilish young man because he caught him off guard. After a probing attack, he suddenly unleashed a terrifying killing move. That pitiful black flood dragon was too arrogant, and when he was careless, the killing move directly blasted out, resulting in him being insta-defeated. In addition, that strike was sufficient to heavily injure him. Even if he didn't die, he would at least lose a layer of skin. Scram. The Black Jiao Devil King coldly spoke. In a battle between devil cultivators, victory is the goal. Black Jiao Devil King, if you want to fall out with me, I will accompany you. The Blackstone Devil King spoke with cold arrogance. The auras of the two of them gushed forth violently, causing the atmosphere to be extremely oppressive. The Black Jiao Devil King glared at his opponent. After that, he icily spoke. Blackstone, very good. Let us meet again on the Fallen Devil Island. After speaking, the gigantic body of the flood dragon stirred up the wind and clouds as devil might gushed forth. Go! With a thunderous roar, the flood dragon soared into the air. His subordinates all soared up into the air as well. The Blackstone Devil King inclined his head as his heart trembled. Devil King, seems like we have truly offended them this time around. Qin Wentian shook his head and smiled. Don't worry, the Black Jiao Devil King is used to being arrogant. As long as we defeat them, we would definitely offend them. This victory is worth celebrating. The Blackstone Devil King stared at Qin Wentian with a deep meaning in his eyes. Let's continue enjoying the White Tiger banquet. Qin Wentian nodded. After that, he returned to his seat only to see the devilish female leaning against him again, resembling a loving couple. Since they have all left, my mission should be completed, right? Qin Wentian transmitted his voice to the devilish female. He couldn't endure it at all. Hihi. But what if I really fell in love with you? The devilish female leaned into Qin Wentian's embrace, causing Qin Wentian to feel incomparably awkward. This devilish female was getting more and more impudent. If this continued, he would be pushed down by her sooner or later. Haha, lass, why are you acting so lovey-dovey in front of your father? This time around, after we return from the Fallen Devil Island, I will let you marry Wentian. A grown girl can't be kept at home. The Devil King laughed uproariously, causing Qin Wentian to feel his entire body turning cold. The devilish female stared at Qin Wentian with a smile, her eyes filled with charm. After we return to the Fallen Devil Island, I must think of a way to flee. Qin Wentian mused. Definitely. Chapter 1251. As Qin Wentian was musing, the third princess gently spoke to the Blackstone Devil King. I will listen to father. Haha, good. Wentian, this daughter of mine is so gentle and understanding. You better not bully her. The Blackstone Devil King laughed uproariously. Qin Wentian's face was filled with black lines. Yes, gentle and understanding, oh heavens. Qin Wentian only felt that he was completely tricked by this devilish female. But at this moment, the experts in the surroundings all turned envious gazes over. This was especially so for the former First Devil General Xian Ting. His gaze, which had always been sharp in the past, was now extremely dim. Before this, there were already rumors that the third princess might have fallen in love with the First Devil General Qin Wentian. And today, Everyone could clearly see how much the princess cared about Qin Wentian. Their feelings were truly deep. The first devil general with outstanding talent matched up with the princess was truly a match made in heaven. Now that even the devil king said this, everything was already destined. Seems like Qin Wentian would be able to hug the beauty back home. How envious! Qin Wentian felt an impulse to cry when he saw the envious gazes of the crowd. The Saint Lord is the Saint Lord. There would always be beauties accompanying him wherever he goes. Since ancient times, beauties love heroes. Given the Saint Lord's talent, no matter where he is, he would always be able to shine with radiance. No wonder the hearts of many females would fall in love with him. Cheetah stared at Qin Wentian as he nodded silently. His reverence for Qin Wentian grew stronger and stronger. Right now, the Saint Lord's strength was probably above his. The speed of his growth was too terrifying. Even that protector Juyu most probably had some feelings for the Saint Lord. However, Juyu was also very intelligent and knew her own limits. She wouldn't show it on her face. The atmosphere of the banquet was very good. Everyone ate the delicious white tiger meat and were extremely happy. Only Qin Wentian had a heavy heart. The devilish female was clinging onto his body. The temptation was extremely strong. Qin Wentian could only do his best to endure the pain. After the banquet ended, the Blackstone Devil King commanded everyone to leave. Only Qin Wentian and the third princess stayed behind. Even Cheetah left. Wentian, I'm very satisfied with this son-in-law of yours. Since you are an immortal realm cultivator and cultivate immortal energy, in addition to your outstanding talent, I naturally won't allow you to cultivate the devil path. However, when I roamed the myriad devil islands, I managed to obtain an extremely tyrannical cultivation art by chance. This cultivation art has always been treasured by me, and I have no way to cultivate it. Now just treat it as Yurua's dowry. The Blackstone Devil King spoke to Qin Wentian. Just when Qin Wentian wanted to reject, he the Devil King, Wentian the Devil Qin Wentian said, if you don it I Devil Wentian and you it I Yurua Wuden. Said Qin Wentian, you. The Qin Wentian's heart was dripping blood. He didn't even have a chance to speak. How would the pitiful Qin Wentian know that this Devil King and the third princess were working together to deal with him? How could he even have the strength to retaliate? If Qin Wentian knew the truth, he would surely howl in sorrow. Like daughter like father, although the Blackstone Devil King was imposing and tyrannical, he would do anything for his daughter. This was simply acting shamelessly, not even giving Qin Wentian a chance to refute. Many thanks, father. The third princess smiled at the Devil King, gently thanking him, silently musing that her father was the one who understood her heart. Come with me. The Blackstone Devil King spoke. The third princess pulled Qin Wentian along as they walked forward. Right now, no matter where Qin Wentian jumped to, there was no way for him to clear his name. How could he trust the third princess? The Blackstone Devil King had his own treasure vault. This treasure hall could only be opened with his unique imprint. It was already an extremely powerful treasure. After entering, there were many hidden doors. The Blackstone Devil King brought Qin Wentian through one of them, and there were many Devil Path jade slips here. The Blackstone Devil King walked to one of the jade slips and took it down, passing it to Qin Wentian. Take a look. An intense devil chi gushed forth from this jade slip. Qin Wentian opened it and sent his immortal sense into it. In an instant, countless runes floated into his mind. It was as though he was immersed in the boundless blackness of the runes, unceasingly absorbing the true intent of each rune. Immortal Devil Transformation Art? Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. He clasped his hands together, closing the jade slip. This wasn't a cultivation art. It was an extremely wondrous art. More accurately speaking, it was something that Wu Xiao of the Immortal Realms created to conceal his identity when he came to the Myriad Devil Islands. Most probably, the identity of this person was sensitive and he didn't want to be exposed. That was why he created the Immortal Devil Transformation Art. However, he was definitely a supreme genius and his cultivation base was extremely high. If not, he wouldn't have such an ability. Yes, this jade slip has already been placed here for many years. To me it's useless. Since you came here today, I'll pass it to you. The simplest point is, if it's inconvenient for Wu Xiao to travel to the Myriad Devil Islands, You can cultivate it to conceal your identity. Also, there seems to be a devilization technique in this art, causing the fiend god energy in your body to go berserk. Although I don't hope for you to cultivate to this level, it would still be useful if you have no other choice. The Blackstone Devil King spoke again. Qin Wentian nodded his head lightly. Since this is the case, thank you Devil King for your generous gift. Qin Wentian was dragged here by the Blackstone Devil King. There was no way for him to reject. We are all family, there's no need to be so polite. I will wait for the day when you change the way you address me. The Blackstone Devil King patted Qin Wentian on his shoulder as he spoke. Qin Wentian had a face filled with black lines. Qin Wentian bid his farewell and followed the devilish female back to the princess residence. He then spoke to her. Princess, the matter I, Qin, promised you has already been done. When can I explain it to the Devil King? Why? You've already accepted the betrothal gift and my innocence has been tainted by you. Now you want to abandon me? Yin Yurua regained her loftiness and arrogance. Her slender figure stood in front of Qin Wentian, exuding a mesmerizing aura. It was very hard to imagine that before this, she was still acting like a little girl, clinging onto Qin Wentian. Tainted my innocence? Princess, don't wrongly accuse me, okay? Qin Wentian didn't know whether to laugh or cry. His innocence was the one that was tainted. No matter what, we already had a physical relationship. I've never been so intimate with a man before. Am I so ugly that you would fear me like a snake or a scorpion? Yin Yurua lowered her head, instantly transforming into a pitiful look. She walked to the side of Qin Wentian and lightly leaned on Qin Wentian, as though she was wronged. Wentian, I want to be your woman. The devilish female spoke in a gentle voice, lightly hugging Qin Wentian. Her alluring body pressed against Qin Wentian, causing Qin Wentian to almost collapse. Who would be able to subdue this devilish female? Qin Wentian finally returned to the residence of the first devil general. He discovered that the devil knights in the residence were all staring at him with a strange light in their eyes, as though they were filled with worship. Right now in the entire devil sect, who wouldn't worship Qin Wentian? Leaving aside his unparalleled combat prowess, he even managed to win the heart of a princess. In fact, there were even rumors saying that the princess even snuggled up in the arms of the devil general in front of everyone with a sweet expression on her face. The prince consort of the devil sect has returned. When Juyu saw Qin Wentian, a smile was also on her face. Qin Wentian shrugged. He had no way to explain anything. Juyu, I might leave the devil sect and follow the devil king to the fallen devil island. Qin Wentian spoke to Juyu, his words causing Juyu's expression to stiffen. When will you return? She naturally had heard of the fallen devil island before. That was the sacred ground of the fallen devil region. However, she had never had the chance to go there before. Right now, the devil king wanted to bring Qin Wentian there. In fact, he might even have a chance to meet with the devil emperor. I'm not sure, maybe he won't return. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. He didn't come to the myriad devil islands for a mere devil sect. He came here for the adjudication battle and also to temper himself. For this trip to the fallen devil island, he would definitely fight to enter the core region of the fallen devil region. Only by doing so would he be able to influence the entire fallen devil region. Juyu's gaze abruptly dimmed. Qin Wentian's words seemed to have caused her to be at a loss of what to do. After this trip, there was a possibility that he wouldn't return? What about the third princess? Juyu asked. I have a headache as well. That devilish female is too difficult to deal with. Qin Wentian bitterly smiled as he shook his head. Juyu was stunned when she heard this. You are saying that the third princess is pestering you? Qin Wentian shook his head. Juyu, even if I don't return, I will still do my best to get the Devil King to take care of you. However, I have no way to predict what will happen in the future. Hence, you should make the most of your time and imprint all the cultivation materials you want into your mind. Juyu fell silent for a moment. She knew that Qin Wentian was serious as she nodded her head. For the next period of time, Qin Wentian stayed in his own residence to cultivate the immortal devil transformation art. This art wasn't too difficult for him and was easy to comprehend. During these days, no one came to disturb him. Even the devilish female seemed to have quietened down, temporarily sparing him. Only until a period of time later, Outside the palace of the first devil general, an attendant of the devil king came to pay his respects. However, the attendant now was much more polite. When he saw Qin Wentian coming out, he immediately bowed. "Sir General, the devil king invites you to set off." "Right." Qin Wentian was long prepared in his heart. He brought Qida along as he walked out of the devil palace. Jiyu followed behind, watching as Qin Wentian soared up into the air and gradually vanished. Jiyu's eyes were slightly moist. After this farewell, she had a feeling that they might never meet again in the future. This young man who appeared for a short period of time in her life was as dazzling as a shooting star. In the central devil palace, the devil king brought a group of people and set off. Not only Qin Wentian, there was also the princess and the attendant of the devil king. Their destination was none other than the fallen devil island. In the devil palace Lu Xuejia was in. Lu Xuejia, who was clad in simple long robes yet exuded a soul-stirring aura, was still standing at the top of the stairs. She inclined her head and stared in the direction of the central devil palace. "That person, has he left?" "Sir General, Qin Wentian has already left with the devil king." At the bottom of the stairs someone came up to report. Lu Xuejia didn't look at him. She quietly stood there, allowing her long robes to flutter in the wind. Her heart was also moving with the wind. Chapter 1252. The Fallen Devil Island was the largest island in the Fallen Devil region, and was also the strongest. On this island, the kings of the Fallen Devil region resided. This devil island was like a world of its own. Countless powerful existences resided here, as well as terrifying resources. On this devil island, everything that should be here could be found. At this moment, at the border of the Fallen Devil Island, there were many experts flying through the air, looking travel-worn. These experts either rode war chariots or rode on greater demons, exuding an imposing aura. All of them were terrifying characters. However, the people of the Fallen Devil Island didn't find this strange because every 100 years the same thing would happen. Other than those younger than 100 years old, the other experts were already used to it and knew why they came here. In addition, as the strongest island in the Fallen Devil region, it was a place with the highest concentration of resources. The flow of people here was already terrifying, let alone the birthday celebration of the Fallen Devil Emperor every 100 years. In the airspace above the island, a group of experts soared through the air. These people were none other than Qin Wentian and his group. "Devil King, aren't there too many people here?" Qin Wentian came from the border of the Devil Path, and discovered that there were many people heading towards the Fallen Devil Island. When he stepped on the island, the air was filled with experts. How can there not be many people attending the birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor? You must know that even if many people didn't come here to offer their congratulations, they wouldn't want to miss out on the grand occasion of the Fallen Devil Island. The birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor is held once every 100 years, and is the most lively period of the Fallen Devil Island. What cultivation realm did the Devil Emperor have? He actually celebrated a birthday celebration every 100 years? Qin Wentian mumbled. To stellar martial cultivators, a birthday celebration wasn't that important. This was especially so for devil emperors who had lived for countless years. If a birthday celebration was held every 100 years, how many years would he have experienced? The birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor is merely an opportunity. In the boundlessly vast Fallen Devil region, there are tens of thousands of devil paths. The controllers of these devil islands would have to pay a visit to the Devil Emperor eventually. But the Devil Emperor wouldn't be able to find time to meet them often. As time passed, the controllers of the Devil Islands would gather once every 100 years. Understood. Qin Wentian nodded lightly. "Father, where are we going?" The devilish female was still leaning on Qin Wentian as she asked the Blackstone Devil King. "Let's go and see your elder sister." The Devil King sighed. "Oh." The devilish female replied in a low voice. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. This devilish female seemed to be a little dispirited. In addition, Yin Yurua was the third princess, but Qin Wentian has never met her elder brother or elder sister before. They didn't mention anything about her before, and from what the Devil King said, it seemed like Yin Yurua's elder sister was on this Fallen Devil Island. The Blackstone Devil King and the others continued on their way. Qin Wentian stared down from the air. He could sense how prosperous this island was. Immortal Foundation experts could be seen everywhere, and even immortal kings could be seen occasionally. My elder sister is the eldest in the clan. She came to the Fallen Devil Island with my father a long time ago, and got to know a young devil cultivator from a major clan. She fell in love with him, but my father objected because that young man is extremely scheming. He felt that my brother-in-law wanted to make use of him to seize power in the clan. However, my elder sister was stubborn and insisted on marrying him. My father left in anger while my mother was worried about my elder sister, and decided to stay behind. The devilish female Yin Yuruwa transmitted her voice to Qin Wentian. After that, things were just like what my father predicted. My brother-in-law made use of my elder sister, and in that battle for power, my mother died. However, my brother-in-law's status in the clan rose by a lot, and it's said that he is one of the successors. As for my elder sister, she has also stabilized her position as the first wife of the clan. Because of this, there was a rift between my father and my sister. My father thought that my brother-in-law killed my mother, and my sister blamed my father for not staying. Otherwise, it would not have ended like this. Their relationship has always been stiff. However, they are father and daughter after all. My father still worried about my sister. The last time I came, he took me to see her. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. He didn't expect the Blackstone Devil King to have such a history. Seems like the wife of the Blackstone Devil King must be an extremely powerful character, at the Devil King level. If not, she wouldn't have played such a role in the battle for power. On the Fallen Devil Island, the Azure Flame clan was one of the many powerful devil clans. Their foundations were extremely deep and their experts were as common as the clouds. Even in a place like the Fallen Devil Island, their roots were extremely deep. Outside the Azure Flame clan, Qin Wentian and the others arrived. Before their eyes was a majestic and imposing ancient castle. Both sides of the castle were guarded by experts. All of them were Devil Foundation experts. Who are you? The guards at the front brandished their devil spears, blocking their path. Go and report that Yen Yusin's father is here. The Blackstone Devil King calmly spoke. The expressions of the guards froze before they nodded. I'll have to trouble Senior to wait here. After that, they hurriedly went to report. Not long after, a group of experts came to welcome them. They spoke to the Blackstone Devil King and the others. Young Master Tua and Madam Tua ordered us to come out and welcome you all. Please enter. Azure Flame Tua is so arrogant. He isn't coming out to welcome us personally? The Blackstone Devil King coldly snorted. No matter what, he was still Azure Flame Tua's father-in-law. Senior, Young Master Tua and Madam Tua are currently preparing a banquet. That person smiled. The Blackstone Devil King coldly snorted and led the way. After entering the Azure Flame Devil clan, the size of this devil castle was comparable to the Blackstone Devil sect. They had to advance with blinding speed before they arrived at one of the residences. Azure Flame Tua pays my respects to father-in-law. The moment they entered the residence, they saw two figures leading a group of people out to welcome them. The person in the lead had an elegant demeanor and was extremely handsome. He was at the peak of Devil Foundation and had a spirited look in his eyes. He smiled and bowed to the Blackstone Devil King, but there wasn't too much respect in his eyes. As for the woman beside him, she was extremely beautiful and exuded a sense of elegance. Although she wasn't as young and sexy as the devilish female, she radiated a mature charm that would cause people to be mesmerized. The Blackstone Devil King glanced at Azure Flame Tua but didn't say anything. Yen Yusin calmly spoke when she saw this scene. Father, let's sit down and talk. After speaking, she turned and sat down. From this, one could see that the relationship between the two of them was very distant. The Blackstone Devil King sighed silently in his heart. The group of them all sat down. Azure Flame Tua had a smile on his face as he spoke. Father-in-law, the banquet is a little rushed. Please don't blame me. If you have any requests, feel free to speak. I don't dare to. The Blackstone Devil King coldly replied. Azure Flame Tua didn't mind. He smiled at the devilish female beside the Blackstone Devil King. Yuruwa is getting more and more beautiful. Her demeanor is just like her elder sister back then, causing me to recall the first time I met her. Yuruwa, how's your cultivation base now? Yen Yusin glanced at the devilish female as she asked. 9th level. The devilish female replied. Not bad, your cultivation base has already caught up to elder sister. It's just that this final step is the hardest to cross. Elder sister spent many years before she managed to peak at the threshold. You should also work hard and hope that there will be a day when you can find that threshold and step past it. Yin Yusin's tone was filled with the tone of an elder. Back then when she married into the Azure Flame clan, Yura was still very young. The devilish female nodded. It's just that the Blackstone Devil Island is too small. Why don't you stay on the Fallen Devil Island in the future? This island would be more beneficial to your future. How would you be able to grow if you are confined to a single island? On this Fallen Devil Island, there are countless powerful devil clans and sections. It's also good that your brother-in-law has many friends who are all extraordinary characters. Yin Yusin's tone was filled with maturity. However, the devilish female merely smiled and glanced at Qin Wentian beside her. I've already found my home. As she spoke, she actually leaned closer to Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian, who was silently drinking his wine, had a face filled with black lines. How long was he going to be a shield for? This was a family matter of the Blackstone Devil King. He didn't want to interfere. Upon seeing this scene, Yin Yusin furrowed her brows. After that, she surveyed Qin Wentian. Qin Wentian could feel her burning gaze on him. He inclined his head and nodded with a smile, indicating politeness. Sir, where are you from? What's your background like? Yin Yusin bluntly asked, not bothering to evade this impolite question. The first devil general under me. The Blackstone Devil King was clearly unhappy with his daughter's question as he coldly replied. Father, you haven't changed at all. Yin Yusin stared at the Blackstone Devil King. In the past when I asked you to help me, you rejected me. How short-sighted. Now this concerns the future of Yurua, yet you still act so casually, not caring about her future at all. So what if the first devil general under you is the first devil general? He's just a subordinate of yours, how high can he climb? Elder sis, I like him myself. Aren't you going a little overboard by saying this? The third princess couldn't help but feel a little angry when she saw how direct her elder sister's words were. Yurua, you can be willful when you are young, but your father can't. On this Fallen Devil Island, I can find any young man with an extraordinary background for you, and that person would be countless times more noble compared to the first devil general. Have you ever thought about your future? Do you want to stay on that devil island forever? Is your future very strong? You have never understood the person I like. How would you know that any random person you choose would be stronger than him? The tone of the third princess hardened as she coldly replied. Yurua, elder sis is thinking for your sake. Don't be so immature, be more logical. Yin Yusin spoke loudly. What you mean by logical is merely you thinking that you are infallible. The third princess hugged Qin Wentian's arm. Since I've already made my choice, there's naturally no need for others to say anything. Unreasonable. Yin Yusin slammed her palm on the table. Don't be angry. Azure Flame Tua, who was beside Yin Yusin, spoke in a light voice. After all, Yurua has always lived on the Blackstone Devil Island and has seen fewer people. Her understanding of some things might be a little off. Let her familiarize herself with this place and things would naturally improve. If you want to say that I'm ignorant, just say it directly. Are you trying to tell me that the experts on this Fallen Devil Island are as many as the clouds and geniuses are endless? The reason why I feel that the person I like is so outstanding is because my knowledge is shallow. The third princess coldly mocked. Father, I have no way to continue with this banquet. Chapter 1253. Yura. Yin Yusin called out. Forget it, if you like him then so be it. I won't say any more. The devilish female stared at her elder sister and snorted lightly. The Blackstone Devil King didn't say anything. Qin Wentian quietly watched everything. He understood that they were father and daughter after all. No matter how unhappy the Blackstone Devil King was with Yin Yusin, he chose to come to the Azure Flame clan because he wanted to see his daughter and mend their relationship. In truth, the Blackstone Devil King was extremely unhappy with this son-in-law of Azure Flame too. After all, the death of his wife was related to this son-in-law. He had no way to blame his daughter and could only feel that Azure Flame Tua was in the wrong. The Blackstone Devil King hated him, Azure Flame Tua. However, this man was extremely scheming. On the surface, he was still polite, welcoming Qin Wentian with a smile. But when Qin Wentian used his true eye to look at him, he discovered that Azure Flame Tuo's mind was filled with contempt. In truth, Azure Flame Tuo didn't really care about this father-in-law of his. If it wasn't for the fact that this father-in-law was a Devil King expert, he probably wouldn't have set up a banquet to welcome them. This banquet naturally wasn't very pleasant. Even though Yan Yusin didn't continue to talk about this topic, the devilish female ignored her and seemed to be in a bad mood. Yan Yusin could tell as well. She then spoke to the Blackstone Devil King. Father, it wasn't easy for us to come to the Fallen Devil Island. This might only happen once every 100 years. I wish to chat more with Yura. You guys can stay in the Azure Flame Manor. I will make the necessary arrangements. You guys can go out if you want to. Before this, the Blackstone Devil King had never thought of staying. But after glancing at his two daughters, he stiffly nodded, sure. Let me make the arrangements. Azure Flame Tuo spoke. After that, he added, the banquet is dismissed. On the surface, Azure Flame Tuo handled things very well. The residence of the Blackstone Devil King and his group was already prepared. Qin Wentian and the others moved in while the devilish female kept pulling Qin Wentian to her side. Qin Wentian didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Don't mind what happened today. In any case, this princess will never spare you. After only the two of them remained, Yin Yurua reverted to her devilish female self, giggling at Qin Wentian. You better spare me. Qin Wentian bitterly smiled. If you wish. The demoness figure flashed, and her snake-like body actually occupied Qin Wentian's bed again. She looked at Qin Wentian with a gentle and seductive gaze. Go ahead and piss me off. The demoness said with hidden bitterness. I've already decided that I'm yours. How about I give my everything to you right now? As she said this, she showed an infinitely charming expression, as if she was ready to be plucked. Qin Wentian fled in panic, leaving only the giggles of the demoness in the room. That night, Qin Wentian had been cultivating outside and hadn't stepped into the room. This was because the demoness had occupied his bed and was sleeping peacefully, and she was sleeping very soundly. Qin Wentian was about to collapse. On the second day, Qin Wentian entered the room and saw the devilish female quietly lying there. Her eyes were closed as she slept, exuding a sense of charm. She seemed to have sensed something and slowly opened her beautiful eyes, smiling gently at Qin Wentian. Don't speak? After speaking, she simply laid there and quietly regarded Qin Wentian. Her smile was extremely moving. Tell me, don't we look like a couple? Get up. Qin Wentian had a black expression on his face. The devilish female stretched her back. There was no sign of her wanting to get up. I want a map of the Fallen Devil Island, as well as a rough understanding of it. Can you help me get it? Qin Wentian seriously spoke. Kiss me and I will help you get it. The devilish female smiled. Qin Wentian's face was filled with black lines again. I won't tease you anymore. The devilish female stood up and walked to Qin Wentian's side. She lightly leaned against him. I'm falling more and more in love with you. I will go get it for you now. After speaking, she released Qin Wentian and left. Qin Wentian shook his head and sighed. If it wasn't for the fact that his heart belonged to someone else, he might really be mesmerized by this demoness. The devilish female's beauty in addition to her methods were simply too tempting to men. Not long after, the devilish female actually managed to get her hands on many Devil Path Jade slips. Within them, there were records of the situation on the Fallen Devil Island. Qin Wentian's immortal sense permeated the jade slips, understanding them one by one. My elder sister invited me to a gathering at noon and invited many good friends. Seems like she still isn't willing to let the matter of yesterday go. Do you want to accompany me? The devilish female spoke to Qin Wentian. Your elder sister wants to help you find geniuses on the Fallen Devil Island. Maybe you might meet someone more outstanding than me. Why do I need to go there and cause people to roll their eyes at me? Qin Wentian laughed. You. The devilish female stomped her feet and spoke in a lovable voice. But I'm already yours. Princess, please spare me. Qin Wentian inclined his head and sighed. I don't care. I asked my elder sister to get these things for me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have asked her for help and there's no need for me to agree to her request. No matter what, you have to stay by my side. The devilish female spoke in a spoiled manner. Qin Wentian could only bitterly smile and nod his head. The gathering that Yen Yusin and Azure Flame Tua invited the devilish female to was naturally a gathering of geniuses of the devil path. The location was a pavilion in the air with an elegant scenery. There were both males and females among the participants, and all of them exuded elegance and grace. In fact, even the guards they brought along were all extremely powerful. Azure Flame Tua stood at the front and greeted them as though they were very familiar with each other. However, Qin Wentian understood that these people were merely acting united on the surface but were actually divided at heart. However, this Yen Yusin most probably invited Yen Yurua because she wanted to let the devilish female witness the magnificence of the young geniuses of the major powers on the Blackstone Devil Island. In her words, she wanted Yen Yurua to broaden her horizons and not think that a devil general was an unrivaled character. Yurua, that's a disciple of the Cold Moon Devil sect. His talent is outstanding and his character is incomparably carefree. That's a disciple of the Feather Devil Aristocrat clan. He has unrivaled talent and is also extraordinarily handsome. As for the young man sitting there, he's a genius of the Yi clan. He has innate devil eyes and is one of the most famous geniuses on the Fallen Devil Island. The status of the Yi clan is extremely high, and is even stronger compared to the Azure Flame clan. Yen Yusin sat in the pavilion and introduced to Yen Yurua. Oh. Yen Yurua absent-mindedly replied. Yurua, although these people are young, if they use their strength, the vast majority of them can easily destroy a power like the Blackstone Devil sect. Hence, I hope that you can stay on the Fallen Devil Island in the future. Staying on the Blackstone Devil Island would only delay your future. Yen Yusin continued. As the number of people gathered, one of them turned his gaze onto Yen Yurua and smiled. Azure Flame Tua, is this Beauty the golden daughter of your Azure Flame clan? This is the younger sister of Yusin. This time around, she accompanied her father here to offer congratulations to the Devil Emperor. Azure Flame Tua replied. Madam Azure Flame is extremely beautiful. I didn't expect my younger sister to be so outstanding as well. That person laughed, casting a few more glances at Yen Yurua. You praise me too much. My younger sister has lived on a devil island in the Fallen Devil region since young. My father is the island lord and this time around, he brought my younger sister here to offer congratulations. Since there's such an opportunity, I intentionally brought her out to meet the outstanding geniuses of the Fallen Devil Island. Yen Yusin smiled as she replied. So this is the case. In that case, who is this young man? That person glanced at Qin Wentian who was beside Yen Yurua. This man is a devil general under my father, and is in charge of protecting my younger sister. Yen Yusin replied. Yen Yurua gently glanced at Qin Wentian. She pulled on Qin Wentian's arm as though she was trying to convey something. Yen Yusin frowned, feeling unhappy in her heart, but she didn't say anything. Everyone laughed when they saw this scene. Their hearts were like a mirror, instantly understanding the meaning behind it. Seems like this Yen Yusin wasn't too satisfied with this brother-in-law of hers. Hence, she brought her younger sister out to broaden her horizons. However, this younger sister of hers didn't seem to understand her elder sister's painstaking efforts. The daughter of a subordinate and a master. Such a matter isn't uncommon, but on my Fallen Devil Island, it's impossible for such a thing to happen. However, seems like the devil generals under your father really have some methods. A female smiled at Yen Yusin. Yen Yusin smiled but didn't say anything. Maybe, Yen Yurua would have a clearer understanding of the situation if she borrowed the mouths of others to speak. I'm the one who wooed him. The devilish female smiled, her words causing astonishment to appear on everyone's faces. In that case, the methods of this devil general are even more admirable. That female's beautiful eyes turned to Qin Wentian as an expression of interest could be seen on her face. His methods are naturally very powerful. Do you want to give it a try? The devilish female giggled. Yura. Yen Yusin berated. Don't be rude. Don't worry about it. Your younger sister's personality is truly flamboyant. That female laughed. Everyone here are all peak-level immortal foundation characters of this region. This time around, the Devil Emperor would personally appear during the birthday celebration of the Devil Emperor. I'm sure none of you would want to miss out on such a great opportunity. That expert from the Yi clan spoke. causing the eyes of everyone to gleam with a strange light. Evidently, they were all prepared. The Myriad Devil Pilgrimage event is to offer congratulations to the Devil Emperor. At that time, the younger generations of the countless devil sects will gather together and celebrate with the devil sect's etiquette. Lord Devil Emperor will choose 10 people. 7 will be rewarded and the remaining 3 can raise a condition to the Devil Emperor. This is an opportunity that only appears once every 100 years. If you miss it, you would have to wait another 100 years. We are all fortunate enough to be at the peak of our current cultivation base. Azure Flame Tua laughed. What do you mean? Qin Wentian stared at the devilish female as he asked, "Don't you want to do something when you are in the devil sect? The Devil Emperor would be able to fulfill your wish." The devilish female inclined her head and smiled at Qin Wentian. "Isn't the difficulty very high?" Qin Wentian asked. "First, we have to obtain the qualifications to attend the Devil Emperor's birthday celebration. After that, countless geniuses from the myriad devil islands of the fallen devil region would engage in an incomparably grand devil war. How difficult would it be to become the 10 most dazzling characters? What do you think?" The devilish female spoke. "On the same stage, chaotic war?" Qin Wentian spoke. "What if one person is surrounded by a group of devils?" "Yes, if that's the case, you can only blame your bad luck. The Devil Emperor wouldn't have the time to admire your battles. Only a devil war would be in line with the atmosphere of the Devil Emperor's birthday celebration." The devilish female spoke in a light voice. "This is the Myriad Devil Islands." Qin Wentian's expression turned solemn. Compared to the immortal realms, the style of the Myriad Devil Islands was much more direct and tyrannical.